In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh! Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This is episode 1208.
Do it live!
Starting a new week, another Tuesday. Everyone, please like the stream, and we got a few quick things to promote before we move on to everything that we've got planned. It's an action-packed show today. Believe me, it's amazing. Want to let everybody know that DP on demand is a thing that still exists. I have it linked in the chat. You have two options. It houses a lot of the private shows and other random. Thank you. It showcases a lot of the older content, a lot of the old like private shows and other premium content and exclusive stuff that's not out there that is hidden here at DP On Demand. You can either binge all of it. There's 1 week and 15 hours of total video time on here right now, and more will be added to it. You can stream that unlimited for $10 a month, cancel at any time, or you can look through this vast library of everything labeled here, and then rent that selection for only $3, $2.99. And you get to rent that title for 48 hours. Watch it as much as you want in a 48-hour period. There's Into the Mouth of the Manatee. There's all the old Brett Keane specials. There's all the old private shows going all the way back to the first private show, December 2014. It's craziness. There's more stuff, too. There's the episode with Onision, the private show with Onision when he was on.
Did he eat a burger?
Yes. Yeah, we had a burger eating contest that night. We did a Young Turks special. We used to do these Patreon smoke sessions too that were like an hour and a half long. Me and Paul's Ego did these workout videos together where we were like going to the gym and working out together. There's like 10, 11 of those. There's one where TJ came and pretended to work out and then just like left.
Nice.
There's a bunch of stuff on here. It keeps going and going and going and going and going. I used to do these Periscope streams that I thought were like lost to time, and I found all of them and uploaded them on here. So there's those. Binge all you want. Oh, the Ass Cast. Me and Jim Ass, we did a show for a short time.
Ooh.
That's on there. Literally all of this stuff. So
for $10 a month,
or $3 each.
Yeah. Just, I suggest $3 each, and you buy them all for 48 hours. It's a week's worth of content. You can watch them on multiple screens in 48 hours.
Yeah, I don't know about. Yeah, maybe.
Have one on your phone, one on your computer, one on your TV. $3 at a time. Just get all of your money into our pockets.
Also, we do a pre-show before most of our episodes. We just recorded one, and if you want to hear it, you can get that for free on the audio version of the show, and you can find that anywhere you find podcasts. Spotify, iTunes are the top two, but I've heard of Podcast Addict and all of those others. So, check that out too, because we talked about all kinds of stuff, climbing trees and Marionberries, and
yeah.
I don't know. It just goes random places, and that's
where
it went.
We played Spin the Bottle.
Yep. Yeah. Too bad it's not the video version. You're just going to have to hear it.
It was wet.
Well, the bottle kept pointing towards the wall, so we just made out with the wall the whole time.
I faked it. I don't like that wall.
You do. You like Wallace. Best peasant.
Disagree. Hard disagree.
You get hard as you disagree?
Sometimes, but not with Wallace.
Nope, with Wallace. All right. let's check out the stuff that happened in the news recently.
He called me sir and got me so fuming angry.
People are discriminating against wolves. Wow.
They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I commented my propaganda about Tyson's next comic. He asked how would I know a new comic is trash, and I said why Anti-Hannibal says hi. Lamau, he's actually mad about one comment.
Yeah, Eric July does not take kindly to any sort of comments.
And his character, Isom, is just like him. He gets his pride hurt.
There was a girl that might have been kidnapped, and he didn't care about her. He was pissed the guy insulted him.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what a cool guy Isom is.
He's a superhero that can fly but can't fly.
We can't fly.
We're gonna finish Isom issue number 1 on Thursday's show, so check that out. Because we realize there's not a lot of dialogue. There's a lot of empty pages with just like 1 or 2 frames with no dialogue,
which is probably better because the dialogue that is there is not well written.
Everyone in the story talks like Eric July.
Even like the cops.
Yeah, the cops talk like Eric July. It's so weird.
They're using street slang. It's cute.
It's only a matter of time before you know who shows up in the chat. You guys are obsessed.
I am. I'm so obsessed.
Eric July's sock account.
I'm so obsessed.
All right, so this audio is like the slam dunk that they're going to have to prosecute Trump with in this documents trial. Not just because during the recording you can hear him showing the documents to just like random people that he's hanging out with.
Yeah.
But also he admits that he knows that they're classified and that he shouldn't show them to anyone.
Uh-oh.
So he even admits that he knows that he's doing something illegal. So there was intent. So here it is.
Good evening. We begin tonight with breaking news. We have obtained what is expected to be a central piece of the government's case against Donald Trump. The actual audio recording of the former president talking as if he's showing a highly classified document on U.S. war plans against Iran with people not cleared to even know it exists, let alone what's in it. In a moment, only on CNN, you will hear what jurors will hear one day. The recording was made 2 summers ago, July 2021, at the former president's club in Bedminster, New Jersey. You will clearly hear the former president as he is speaking to several people. According to the special counsel's indictment, they include a writer working on Mark Meadows' memoir, the publisher, and 2 of Trump's staff members. The president was...
So it's just like random people and then members of his staff that shouldn't know this shit
aware
either.
He was being recorded. This is the first time it is being played publicly.
These are bad, sick people.
That was your coup.
Yeah, these people just are kissing his ass because that's the way you keep your job.
You know, against you.
Well, it started right at the
like
beginning.
when Millie's talking about, you were going to try to do a coup. No, they were trying to do that before you even were sworn in. That's right. Trying to overthrow your election.
Well, with Millie, let me see that. I'll show you an example. He said that I wanted to attack Iran. Isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. Look.
He's just digging through the papers.
This was him.
The way it sounds, he's like flipping them. Like he drew little cartoons in the corner. And as he's flipping the pages, it's showing like a little like missile going to Iran with a drawn one by one on each page. I think Trump's an animator is what I'm saying.
They presented me this. This is off the record, but they presented me this. This was him. This was the Defense Department and him. Wow. We looked at some. This was him. This wasn't done by me. This was him. All sorts of stuff. It's pages long. Look. Wait a minute. Let's see here.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I just found. Isn't that amazing? This totally wins my case, you know.
Oh, no wonder he held on to it. It wins his case.
It wins. It's the reason he's being charged.
Oops.
Except it is like highly confidential, secret. This is secret information. But look at this. You attack, and
Hillary would print that out all the time, you know.
He'd send it, no, she'd send it to Anthony Weiner.
He just wanted to say Anthony Weiner and then call him a pervert.
Yep.
That's all he wanted.
Yep.
Pervert. By the way, isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
I was just saying, because we were talking about it. And, you know, he said he wanted to attack Iran and what? These are the papers.
By the way, he knew he was being recorded, too.
He did know?
Yeah, there's evidence. Yeah, this was not secretly recorded. He knew it was being recorded.
Done by the military, given to me. I think we can probably, right?
I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to
Declassify.
figure out a yeah.
See, as president, I could have declassified
Yeah.
it. Now I can't, you know.
But this is still a secret.
This is
now we have a problem.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's so cool. I mean, it's so. We here and I have, and you probably almost didn't believe me, but now you believe me.
No, I believe
It's
you.
incredible, right?
No,
Hey, bring some Cokes in, please.
Bring some Cokes in.
Can I get some Cokes? Are they Diet Cokes?
That's what people used to say, that he like drank Diet Coke all day.
And anchor and chief correspondent Caitlin Collins, also our senior legal
Was she there?
correspondent Paula Reed.
No.
Because if those two were there,
Caitlin,
he was
first of all,
just
what do you
flirting.
make, this is the first time we are hearing this audio. We'd seen a transcript.
No, this is the woman that moderated his town hall meeting.
More in this audio than we actually had seen, I think, in the transcript. What stands out to you?
Yeah, there is more in this. And this is a 2-minute clip of what a recording that we're told is over an hour long.
Yeah. So only little bits have been leaked, but eventually we're going to hear all of it.
But this is, of course, the part that is at the center of Jack Smith's investigation. And we knew about this. You know, CNN first reported that this existed and that Jack Smith's prosecution had it in their hands. But to hear it, I think really just drives home and it undercuts everything that Trump has been saying. I mean, even as of a few days ago, he was saying there was no document per se, but you can hear him very clearly in there referencing something in his hands.
You can hear him shuffling through papers.
And he's not just saying, here's this document. He very clearly appears to be showing it to them.
He
of
says,
course,
look.
Only the people in the room could know that, but you can hear in that why this is so critical to Jack Smith's case, because it's...
Okay, so I want to skip ahead because they play another little snippet.
All right.
Hold on. All right, here it is. Okay.
I was just saying, because we were talking about it. And, you know, he said he wanted to attack Iran and what? These are the papers.
He's trying to look cool to some people he's hanging out with. I don't know, like, who...
Yeah, he could just be lying to them to flirt, trying to make himself seem cool.
He's showing them the papers. Oh, these people are going to get deposed, or they're going to have to testify too.
Done by the military, given to me.
That wasn't...
These were the documents that they came and had to take from him.
The indictment. That part of it, I think, was not in the indictment. Why do you think that is?
It's unclear. What he's talking about there, that he, for people who aren't watching it super closely, is Chairman Mark Milley, the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And he's basically saying, this is proof that he wanted to attack Iran, not me. We should note that the document that is in question here, we are told it was predated Milley. It wasn't actually something that he produced. But it speaks to something that we've heard, you know, the former national security officials in Trump's orbit talk about, which is this is not just any kind of information, any kind of document. This is the nation's secrets, which don't just change on a daily basis. You don't just come up with a new attack plan for Iran, that he is just brandishing proudly to random people in the room. These are random autobiographers who are working for Mark Meadows that are in the room. They don't have security clearances.
Yeah, it's interesting.
What did Trump say about it here?
I don't know if this might have been him lying about not having. Let's say
Fox last week in this interview.
Yeah.
That's the one we watched.
There was no document. That was a massive amount of papers and everything else.
Yeah, there were like golf shirts and all this other stuff. There was no document. But then later on, I think he said there was a document. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Everyone like the stream too, please. Liking the stream helps out tremendously. So please give us a like. Here's this did happen recently. It was Trump and DeSantis. They were holding like dueling events in the same city. Or at least in the same state. I don't know if they were in the same city, in New Hampshire.
Two leading candidates vying for the Republican nomination for president are heading to New Hampshire today. Former President Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis are set to hold dueling events about 40 miles from each other. Today's campaign...
not the same city, probably, but same general
Stops come
area.
as Trump continues to hold a large lead over his GOP rivals, according to our latest NBC News poll. NBC News correspondent Vaughn Hilliard joins us now from New Hampshire with a preview.
Vaughn Hilliard is Bizarro Universe Von Helton.
Vaughn, good morning to you. So
Vaughn
what can we
Hilliard.
expect from the rivals today? What's on their agendas?
Well, we should say for Ron DeSantis, the top of his agenda is continuing to try to connect with New Hampshire voters, because you look at that national poll from NBC that just came out, Donald Trump actually expanding his lead here from the spring. And so for Ron DeSantis, he made a cross-country trip after visiting the Texas-Mexico border yesterday. He's going to continue to roll
He's
out.
visiting the border now. His state is pretty far from any border with Mexico, quite far. So it's interesting. He has to go to Texas to actually be able to talk about it.
Yeah, his border is Cuba.
It's not even, I mean, like, it's close, but there's like water there, a good amount of water.
That's where they come from on the rafts. Elian Gonzalez.
A lot of them don't make it. It was amazing that kid made it by himself.
His immigration proposals here, but continue to try to do the groundwork it'll take to introduce himself. This is a state that's a little bit of a challenge for him. That's somebody this is a state that has elected a pro-abortion rights governor several terms in a row now here in New Hampshire. But he has his sights on Donald Trump, who is not only speaking at a women's luncheon here this afternoon, but then is going to open up his campaign headquarters here in New Hampshire.
So, Vaughn, let's talk a little more about the DeSantis campaign. You kind of touched on it there, but
I guess they're not going to show like actual footage of the events, so that's
we're just gonna hear Vaughn Hilliard tell us about
Vaughn
them.
Hilliard. I do like the name.
I'm not a huge fan.
It sounds fancy.
We know Von Helton is not too far off, and he's definitely not fancy.
Well, he has money now. His mom died and left him all this money. Now he can afford to just throw $1,000 at
You think he
Brittany.
still has the money?
Well, now he can afford to just throw $1,000 at Brittany Venti out of nowhere.
He threw thousands of dollars at her.
He's
and
still.
I think he's probably running out of money at this point. The way he spends it.
I don't know how much he got. I know he lives in a real house, not like a dirty-looking trailer now. So that's something. But yeah, I don't know how much he has. I don't know how much he inherited or whatever.
Throwing thousands of dollars at streamers makes me think he won't have money for long.
That's pure simp money. That's unadulterated simp money. Let's check out this Cyraxx thing. This is something I don't even know.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Cyraxx got arrested.
Yeah, there's it was a whole shit show.
I should turn off that goddamn internet.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. TP, are they going to touch me?
It's about time they took down this little freak.
So, unfortunately, a lot of these videos, the audio doesn't exist. I don't know what happened. Why? Like, the first video is why he ended up getting arrested. He attacked somebody with a baseball bat, but there's no audio, which sucks. So
Huge
here,
fan. Love the show.
Thank
Bring in
you.
Billy.
Thank you.
Heart.
So that I guess that's Cyraxx's grandfather or father. Some
Grandfather?
I guess. I don't know who. I don't know who it is specifically, but it's someone that lives at the house with him. And then here comes Cyraxx. With his baseball bat. Oh, it's Sally's boyfriend. Okay.
Sally's
And Sally
boy
is
toy.
Cyraxx's grandmother, right?
Yeah, Sally's the grandma.
Okay.
Sally's smashing Ed. Ed's the slam piece.
Look at him.
Oh, look at Cyraxx with the bat. Is he playing T-ball? Man, Cyraxx looks like he is made out of the Weta workshop. Some sort of Henson creation. Jim Henson's Dark Crystal. dark crystal meth. So he swung on him with the bat?
Yep, you see that? And
the
phone is down on the ground now.
Now we're having a little swinging thing.
Yeah.
A little swinging thing.
There was another video that was like far away. Oh, now he has the bat.
Uh-oh.
And he's going to take the bat from him.
Man, this is pretty scary stuff. This is like, because Cyraxx just looks like a zombie or something. And zombies don't usually use weapons, so having a zombie come at you with the bat? Oh, God.
Oh, my God. I wish there was audio to this. Because Cyraxx was like, someone tried to add audio to it with clips from like other people's. Oh, my God. He's got all these weird scabs on his head. He's got like scabies or something.
Yeah.
Now he's hugging the bat for dear life because he knows if he loses the bat, he might be in trouble.
This is scary. I'm having nightmares.
I'm like, why is the quality? He must have been live streaming, and that's why the quality is so bad.
Probably. I would hate to wake up to Cyraxx eating my ass. That would be the worst. Is that Sue or Sally or whatever, his grandmama? She's definitely getting her cakes slammed by Ed.
I think this neighbor came. He's holding up a sign. I don't know what it says.
It says mid-90s Kevin Nash. Is he just protesting outside of Cyraxx's house?
Yeah.
That's worth it.
I think a lot of people in the neighborhood are now aware of
Maybe he's
Cyraxx.
part of the writer's strike.
So what happened to your audio, dude? You came and faced down Cyraxx and he swung a bat on you and you didn't get to keep your audio?
Is this Music Box Marty or whatever?
Music Biz Marty? No, this is not Music Biz Marty.
This is a ninja?
Yeah. Music Biz Marty is a way bigger guy that has like red hair.
Sidewalk is covered under First Amendment. Says Honest Red, we have First Amendment rights to be on the sidewalk.
Here's Cyraxx actually getting arrested and you can hear him screaming. I thought it was like an animal at first.
No.
That's it. Let it all out.
There is a dog barking though, right?
Yeah, but did you hear him go? Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's being arrested literally for attacking someone.
Let it all out, Cyraxx.
I want to know why you did this to me.
Because you're a child predator.
Ouch.
He is not a predator.
Okay,
oh my God, Sally. He literally molested Billy. Not me, a different Billy. Billy was blind. I can see. It wasn't me. Another Billy.
Simp money.
Hey!
Your mom. Cheers.
Tell that to the evidence that speaks.
Do you have anything?
Actually, this is public. Yeah, this is public. Yeah, I'm just public. Sir, will you
gotta go.
You need to keep him away from me.
You gotta go.
You're gonna go to jail too, Ed?
Ed is
gonna go to jail too, Ed.
Ed is sliding up in Sally's cake walls.
Yeah.
You gonna go to jail too? This is public.
You know Ed eats it before he beats it.
This is a public sidewalk. Back up before you catch a charge too.
Ed gets half his nutrients from Sally's farts.
When you scream for help.
All the time I scream for help.
Sure,
he just screams for help with a baseball bat.
I'm sorry that this happened.
This is a trial one for when they arrest you for being a pedophile.
Ouch.
Did Cyraxx pull a Jared?
What do you mean pull a Jared?
Yeah.
What do you mean? He's done a lot of things like Jared. He's actually done worse than Jared, to be honest with you. And he's actually getting arrested. So,
go take a perk 30, Ed.
Go take a perk 30, Ed.
Time to celebrate. Cyraxx out the house. Take a perk 30 and bang Sally in all the rooms in the house now that Cyraxx is gone for the night.
Is Ed like 20 years younger than Sally? Is Sally
sure
like
he
in
is,
her
yeah.
70s and Ed's like 50 or something?
Yeah, Ed's obviously like
40?
Ed's one of those guys that would be a homeless if he wasn't smashing Sally cakes.
Some old lady. He found some old lady.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like an episode of Shameless. Oh, look.
They are shameless.
Do you have a card with the address of the police department?
That's Sally right there, huh?
Yep.
Shot or fireworks.
Talking to the cops.
She's like, look here, officer.
Okay.
That boy ain't right.
By the way, he's already been bonded out. He was bonded out within 24 hours.
What was his bond? Do we know?
No, I don't know. His mugshot is so horrifying. I don't even want to show it. It's just gross.
We gotta see it, right?
That's not good.
We gotta see that mugshot.
You guys are always on your toes.
Everybody watching right now needs to see the mugshot.
Yeah, I think those
For
might
those
be
of you
fireworks.
listening, because you're on audio only, we have to describe the mugshot to them.
So we have all your info,
Hideous.
and all that, so you'll be linked to it.
Sure.
And also, it'll be under this address. So if you need,
Of course, Sally
yeah.
bailed him out.
No wonder Jared defends.
That's a microaggression.
it's called the courthouse. or the
PDF
station
files
that
all
you need to
around
copy.
Sure.
defending each other.
Send them to
both
the sun. AK wants to send them directly towards the sun.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do I have to be there in a timely manner? When do you guys want me there?
Steb McHugs points out that the troll is also obnoxious.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Cyraxx. Yeah, right. You're protecting a child predator. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's go. Yeah, it doesn't need to be on the books. Take a perk 30, Ed.
Step back.
Uncover
sure,
your
yeah,
face.
Yeah, sure. I'm just filming. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. Thank you guys for actually doing something about this monster.
Oh my God.
Yeah. All your neighbors are celebrating
Thank
this.
you guys for doing something about this monster. He's kind of like as terrible as Cyraxx is, he's also okay.
That's the mugshot. I saw one that was a way better quality, and you could see all the weird like marks on top of his head, and it just looked gross. He's just disgusting looking.
He's part crypt keeper.
This is a trial run for when he gets arrested for being a predator. Go take a perk 30. Go cry about it, Ed.
Yeah, this guy on the camera is
there he goes.
Obnoxious.
Everybody, there goes Cyraxx. Bye, Cyraxx. Bye, child predator. Bye. We did it.
Oh, you did?
Justice has finally been served. On
Sure it is. He's already out on bond. You fucking clout chasing weirdo.
Street.
You're out here literally chasing tard clout. Good job.
You're right. Justice hasn't been served. Or what? Yeah, or what?
You fucked up.
Oh, I'll find out what? That you're a fucking retard?
I usually don't have to buck Sally because Cyraxx is in the house. That boy keeps me from having to slam this old lady's cheeks. You fucked up had Cyraxx taken to prison. Now I'm going to have to go down mouth first on Sally's cunt cake. That's fucked up. Damn, Ed.
So Egghead said, why can't this happen to Jared? So Jared didn't come out of his house when the guy came over to in front of his house for content. If he had and attacked him, then he would have been arrested too. Cyraxx couldn't help himself and had to like go out and confront the person and assault them on camera, and that's why they got arrested. They didn't get arrested for PDF file stuff. They got arrested for assault. On camera. They did it on camera. There was like irrefutable evidence that they assaulted someone with a weapon.
It was icky evidence. It was icky.
Dude, so somehow the trolls, Cyraxx's trolls, have gotten a hold of Cyraxx's landlord's phone number. And they... So they're the ones that have been like, you know, like free furniture, and they will do like posts online. Like,
yeah,
you can come pick up this furniture out front for free. I guess there was like a stack of bricks that the landlord owned that came and took all those bricks too. So now they're saying that they're trying to get the siding removed from the house.
Yeah,
and there's a 911 call of the landlord calling 911. And the fucking 911 operator just has no idea what the fuck is going on. And probably just thinks the lady's clearly like an old lady. And it's just like, it's so clear that the 911 operator just thinks this is a crazy old lady. And because she's like, they're from YouTube. You'll see.
June 13th, 2023.
Yeah, so this was on
11
June 13th.
Akron Police and Fire.
Akron Police and Fire.
Yes, sir. I'm calling about 339 Lloyd Street.
Okay.
I am the owner.
This is someone across the street was filming Cyraxx attacking that guy.
It's probably the guy that came over
with the sign.
Yeah.
I have been threatened twice now, just today. And they said that they're going to come and I just had my house sided, and now they're saying that they're going to come and take the siding off my house, and they want to know if it's okay to do that.
The house at 339 Lloyd?
Yes, sir. I have been threatened.
Okay, who's threatening you?
I don't know these people. If you know anything about what's going on at 339 Lloyd, there's been 113 calls out there for the cops that I know of. Like I said,
Do you need some free siding by any chance?
Yeah.
I own the house, so I'm not sure what all was going on, but now they got me involved. Now they're calling me. Now these people are calling me and threatening me and gonna...
how are they threatening you exactly?
Well, wouldn't you say it's threatening if somebody threatens you that they're going to come take the siding off your house?
I feel bad. Like, I picture this really old lady. She just is renting a house to
She's a landlord. She's evil.
No, okay.
You don't think...
No. The way the law looks as a threat is if they personally threaten you bodily harm.
Yeah, a threat to property, it doesn't matter.
So the Mad Clown said, you think the landlord kicked their ass? Why? Like, as far as the landlord is concerned, it's the other people actually doing stuff, like taking the shit and that kind of stuff. But
if they're bringing all this trouble to the house because they're streaming on YouTube, it does get tiring. Remember, there's this YouTuber named King Cobra JFS.
Yeah.
He got trolled and kicked out of one of his apartments. But the new one he got into, they're all fans of his, so he's safe there now.
Yeah, so the 911 operator here actually kind of hits the nail right on the head eventually here, but still does not understand what is going on. You'll hear.
Well, either way, they're threatening to come on my property and take my siding off the house.
Okay. Why would they do that?
I don't, because they're trying to take everything. They've taken everything off the porches. They've stolen. People have come on over and stolen everything off the porches, both porches, and then they were trying to steal the lady that lives there's car, and they tried that 2 or 3 times. And let's see, they're trying to get in my garage.
I guess,
and steal.
I guess the way I look at it is going, the siding is not worth anything because it's probably vinyl. Correct?
It is, but I just have...
Yeah. So I remember there was a time in my hometown where the tweakers were stealing aluminum siding off of people's houses because the scrap value of aluminum was really high.
Yeah.
But this is vinyl siding. So, yeah, no one would steal it, like, for its value as a material.
So is he trying to say that it's okay because it's not worth anything?
He's saying, why would someone go through the trouble to do it because it's not even worth, like, they couldn't sell it for anything. Like, the amount of work it would take to take the siding off wouldn't be worth any kind of money you could get out of it.
Had it done.
Okay, well, ma'am, please don't yell at me.
I'm sorry, but this is getting...
I understand you're frustrated, okay? But I'm not the one causing your frustration.
No, you're not. You're not.
You're a little bit.
I don't mean to yell at you.
There's people that they're saying they're going to do this. I'm trying to understand why they're trying to do this, and I'm understanding who's.
Well, you'd have to ask Chance Wilkins, which lives there, and it's his loony friends on the web.
It's his loony friends on the web
and the internet.
Okay, so basically, you own this house at 339 Lloyd, and you
Yes, sir.
rent it to this person.
Sally Wilkins.
Okay.
Which has a son.
Okay, so
Yes.
this person
Grandson.
causing destruction of your property, more or less.
Yes.
Not the guy that lives there, but his
Well, it's because he's
so-called
there that it's because he's there that these people are destroying your property, correct?
I don't know about that. It's sure.
She basically just said that was why they were doing it.
They're trolling him.
Not helping things, but
Okay. Do you think if he were not there, that they would be targeting you and destroying your property?
I don't know, sir.
Okay. Then there has to be another reason that they would be targeting you.
This has been going on for a while, and I don't know that much about it. Other than
Has it been going on since he's been there, or before he was there?
I like how he's like, look, get rid of Cyraxx, you dumb bitch.
It'd be funny if he just came out and say that. He doesn't say get rid of Cyraxx.
It's been going on for a while.
Okay, that doesn't help me out, does it? Had you had problems with property destruction before you lived there?
No. Well, no.
Okay.
But like I said, I just got siding put on it, and I surely don't want my siding taken off.
I can understand that. I can appreciate that. Okay, but it seems to me, and logically, if you step back and look at this from what you've just said, you did not have problems before he was there. Now you have problems. So it seems to me he's the one creating the problem.
Is this the police he's talking to?
He said Akron Police and Fire. So it's the dispatch for the fire department and the police department.
So their answer is, just get rid of fucking Cyraxx. Like, no, we're not going to send a squad car to watch your house. Get rid of Cyraxx.
On the internet.
Okay, but all right. Here's the thing. The people on the internet, if they come over and destroy your house, if they come over and get your siding off your house, okay, there's going to be they would have to slip up in the point of leaving some kind of evidence, whether that's video evidence, whether that's tool evidence, whether that's pictures, who knows what it could be. All right? The problem being is if I tell you I'm going to come break your window and then something happens and your window gets broke, that still doesn't make me arrestable because it's a coincidence. It's hey, this happened and now it really did happen.
Okay, can you just make a report that I called in that the owner of 339 Lloyd has had 2 messages stating that they were going to take off my siding? Can you just make a report, please?
I can't. I'm just trying to solve this problem for you, so you don't have this anguish. Okay? I mean, if that's all you want.
This woman's like, look, they're going to grape me because I'm wearing very revealing clothing. And he's like, you ever thought about wearing a sweater and long pants because then they wouldn't want to grape you?
We could stop there, but I'm looking for the solution for you.
Oh, I'm looking for a solution too, but right now I
understand that. But what I'm saying is this, it's going to take more than today to solve the problem. Okay, it sounds to me like the problem is the tenant's son. Okay, and
he's like, get rid of Cyraxx, bitch.
Adult son.
Yes.
Okay. Even if he is not on the lease, he lives there. He has to be evicted by law.
Evict him.
If the tenant is fine, if everything's good, and he's the problem, he still would need to be evicted by law. Okay? Even if both of them got to go, they both have to be evicted by law.
She's like, look, officer, this boy is an absolute dirt muppet. He's not human.
He's a lesser boglum.
It would be inhumane to evict this lesser boglum. If you guys could come down and euthanize him, if you can get animal control, that would be more humane than evicting this a trash-eating bog goblin.
He's a lesser boglum. Lesser is always like the smaller and more feeble of the species. If you look up like lesser roadrunner and greater roadrunner, like the greater roadrunner is like way bigger. It's like that.
What is your name?
Karen Settle.
How do you spell the last name?
How do I spell the last name?
Yes.
Settle. Settle.
And what's the phone number?
I'm going to skip the part where she gives out her phone number.
I like how her name is Karen
They
Settle.
were having issues. So I talked to him.
I'm going to put this
But
in.
this is a totally a different thing now, because just a few minutes ago is when I got them text messages that they wanted to come take my siding off the house.
Okay, from what number did you get the text messages?
I would have to.
Was it a number you recognize?
No, I don't know these people.
The number says Music Box Marty.
Oh, how did they get your cell phone number?
Good question.
Well, and I'm going to say it all goes back to.
I don't know,
tenant.
sir.
I'm going to say it all goes back to your tenant. Do you have any kind of a?
I mean, I think that all you have to do is go to the library, and everybody's numbers should be at the library, from what I heard.
It's all at the library.
There used to be like city directories at the library where you could look up people's landline numbers, but that doesn't apply for cell phones. And she said she got a text, so it's definitely a cell phone that she got it on. But yeah, she's clearly an old lady.
We used to get giant phone books delivered.
Yeah.
They were called white pages that had everybody's home address and phone number in it.
Yeah, the one I would see as a kid, it was like half white, half yellow. Phone books used to be so massive.
You heard wrong.
They were cool as hell.
I know for a fact there are numbers that aren't in there. Okay.
Oh, okay, good.
There has
All right.
to be something simpler than this. And the other, let's go to the flip side. Do you honestly think somebody who's threatening to take the siding off of your house is going to go to a library to look up your phone number?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what these guys are doing.
Okay.
I don't understand any of it.
Okay. I'm asking you to use your logical brain, your reasonable brain. Do you think that somebody would do something as
This is a weird ass police call.
Tear siding off of your house?
He's a
would go
dispatcher.
to the library to look up a phone number to send you a text message.
Well, probably not, because I've been getting these phone calls for a while now.
So it would
But
seem
this is the first time that they've threatened to take off my siding, though.
I understand that, but did they say we threatened to take up your siding and give the address?
Do what?
When they told you they're going to take off the siding, did they tell you what address they're going to take it off of?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're narrowing
That's why
in a little
I called.
bit here.
That's why I called.
We're narrowing
That's
in a
why I
little
called
bit
you.
here. There's a whole lot of information that's known that would only be known by your tenant, and if they share it with their friends.
Well, who knows what Chance did?
What you should do.
Who knows what Chance did?
Who knows what Chance did? Little blind Billy knows. I think what they should do is this woman should set up security cameras towards the house, towards the street, and then monetize them on like a Twitch stream and have donos blare out to the house all day long. She'd get paid.
The people you hired to put the siding on.
He's like, maybe it was the people you hired to put the siding on.
Was there some kind of problem there that they wanted more?
They want more money?
Business thing? I mean, because
Are you being extorted by the siding business, the vinyl siding business?
Logical standpoint and the rational standpoint would be either the son that's the problem gave your information to his friends.
This has to do with the internet.
This has to do with the internet.
Has to do with the internet.
The internet. What do you? I'm confused.
These guys that are causing the problems are on the internet, are on YouTube, YouTubers.
They're YouTubers. It's Jake Paul and Markiplier ripping off my vinyl siding.
Well, I don't know much about what's going on other than now they're threatening to do stuff to my house.
Okay.
They've already taken all my bricks. I had 100 bricks. Those are all gone. I had.
They took 100 bricks. That's a lot of work. That's so. I mean, like that's sadly. Or you know what though? It wasn't the trolls that took the bricks. It was they offered them up for free, and people like, we need bricks for free. Because I'm guessing like 100 bricks might not be very cheap.
No, they cost some buckers.
Yeah.
Fencing up. They came and took my fencing down and was going to take it.
What was your fencing made of?
Wood.
Okay.
Wood.
And so the tenant heard some noises outside, so they were getting ready to take off with it, and she caught them before they left, and she told them to drop it.
Drop it.
Okay.
And so they're starting to take my stuff. They already took all her stuff.
Drop it, or my grandson will grape.
They're taking mine.
But she didn't know who was taking the fence?
No. Nope. These people just send people out to my address, and they tell people that, hey, it's free, just go get it.
Has this woman got a call from Danny Brown yet to purchase her house? That's the real question. We got to call her. We have her number, right? We're going to get her on the phone and ask her when she's going to sell that house to Danny Brown.
All right, so there's that. Here's an expert's opinion on the Cyraxx thing that just transpired.
Ricada Law? Oh.
Well, I just found out Cyraxx got arrested. This is sad shit, bro. You know, even though I may not be on great terms with the guy, it's still sad to hear this kind of shit. Especially because I feel like this was someone who's been given an unfair hand in life. You know, his trolls tell him how he takes advantage of his family and how he's, you know,
I love this.
Mean to other people. But the truth of the matter is this. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, double trouble, bro. I just shit myself. But anyways, the truth of the matter is this, homie. Cyraxx is one of those people who probably got bullied his whole life, okay? He's like me, dude. He's different. Alright, so naturally I'm gonna stand up for him. Now look, dude, okay, if this guy did something illegal, I don't support that. But you have to realize...
It sounds like you're supporting him.
He has people waiting behind every single bush trying to set him up. Him and his mama and everyone on his block knows that.
His landlord know.
He came out of the house and swung a bat at a guy.
Which you're not supposed to do.
Yeah. That's why he got arrested. That's the only reason.
One in the chat if you think assault should be illegal.
A video of him getting arrested. His neighbors do not look like good people. I would assume they may have had a hand in this as well. I don't really know for sure. But
his neighbors do not like him. That is true.
Yeah,
You know, I saw Blade and what's his name? The other guy that he hangs out with, who's
Bjorn?
No, Chicken
Andy.
Yes, yeah. They were in Cyraxx's neighborhood, like passing out flyers and stuff.
They catch a bat?
No,
man. Like, this guy has some really shady people following him, and you know, look, dude, I'm just gonna be real. Like, even if he did do something illegal, I still think his trolls are just as bad as he is, if not way worse.
They're not worse. I don't like going to his house. I think is dumb, but it has provided content to watch. So
okay,
I would never go to one of these people's houses.
I'm gonna leave it there, skis. All right, if I could spit you guys some Polish.
That's not speaking Polish. Adding skis to words is not Polish.
We're gonna leave it there, skis, guys. But look, I wish the homie well. I don't really have that much else to say except everything I said in that video, Cyraxx, if you're watching this, I still meant it. Okay, I don't think you're a bad person. I think you're just struggling a lot right now and dealing with a lot of stupid trolls. So I hope law enforcement can at least see that and, you know, have some mercy on you, because they have to know the shit that you're going through, dude. Like, they have to know that. You know, the homie's out here just trying to make goddamn videos of playing guitar and, you know, playing video games. Like, he ain't out here causing no fucking trouble, dude. Alright? But again, you know, if he did something illegal, I don't support that. But I'm just saying that
you're saying you don't support it while you're basically supporting it.
He's saying hate the crime, not the criminal.
I know Cyraxx isn't trying to cause any trouble, and I know he's not trying to hurt anyone.
We just saw a video where he clearly was trying to hurt someone. He's just a wimp, so he can't.
That sucks.
That's literally what happened.
Going to jail for hitting somebody with a baseball bat and it didn't even like work.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And he's lucky that the guy who took it from him didn't just like clobber his ass with it. He knew what he was doing. He was like, hey, you know, if I hit him back with this, I'll get in trouble too. So it's just like, oh yeah, he assaulted me. I took the bat from him. That's about it.
Okay. We're just gonna leave it there, skis guys.
Oh, he keeps speaking Polish.
That's pretty much what I got.
I can't understand it.
Sorry, I don't really have anything else. I'm still waking up.
Shabiskis.
I'll probably drop another video later. I'm gonna try to do some Clock Tower too. I just haven't been motivated, but maybe I will drop some today. We'll see, guys. But anyways, y'all, we'll see you next time. Peace.
Jared's lack of motivation might be due to low testosterone.
He's actually
Jared
said
is so
that before.
disgusting and dumb. Even if he ever goes to a prison, the other inmates would even go near him out of disgust.
I think they would like beat him with a socks full of soap or something. They would definitely beat him though, because he would stink and be so obnoxious. He would get beaten often. I don't think he would get stabbed. I think he'd get beaten.
It's weird, like Jared isn't as hideous as Cyraxx, but people group him with Cyraxx because Jared is just like super gross, and he doesn't have to be gross. He could like bathe and stuff and clean his room. He could.
Ladies and gentlemen, like the stream. The more likes we get, the more views we get, the more views we get, the more views we get. We need more views. We like you guys.
Yes, please. And also, if you missed my promo at the beginning of the show, I want to remind everyone that DP On Demand, still a thing. You can check out all of the classic content. You can get unlimited streaming for $10 a month. Or if you just want to browse through the catalog here, you see a title that looks interesting, like Drunken Peasants Private Show for August 2017 with Onision. And you can just click this $2.99 button here, and that will allow you to rent that episode for 48 hours.
How you say beer in Polish?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can watch individual episodes for $2.99, or you can binge them all for $10 monthly. It's amazing. 1 week and 15 hours of content. So that'll keep you busy.
If you watch only 4 of these a month, you're saving almost $2. It's a great deal. $10 a month. Wow.
Also, we did a pre-show before this show, and you can get that for free by downloading the audio version of the show. You can do that through iTunes. You can do it through Spotify, and there's other places, but those are the two main ones. So check that out also. All right, let's do one more Jared, and then we'll move on to something else.
What's good, y'all? So, a homie asked me to do a video on Ocean Gate, and I just thought I'd drop this shit before I go to bed.
Gate.
So, yeah, man, you know, Ocean Gate is a tragedy. Let me just say that. R.I.P. to those people who, you know, I believe, probably did die. I know there's a lot of conspiracies.
I'm sure there's, with anything that gets a lot of attention, there's conspiracies, but I haven't heard a lot of conspiracies about them not actually dying. Pretty sure that's pretty. I mean, they haven't found the bodies yet, but they're basically in a tomb.
Is he
underwater.
suggesting all these people are on an island with Jeffrey Epstein
I don't
and
know.
Tupac?
I don't know if he ever like comes out with why he thinks they needed to fake this, but I don't know.
The thing is this, guys.
Thank you, Nathan, for becoming a member on the channel. You'll get the 2 private shows per month. You can even go back and look at the back catalog that's there on the community tab, and we've got another private show coming up here on Friday.
Understand this, bro. Like, the world is full of distractions, and they want us distracted by all this kinds of shit, you know, all this stupid fucking shit that gets trending.
Thank you. We have a 24-hour news cycle that's a business, and it's more about keeping eyes glued to your news channel than it is reporting and getting information out there. So when there's not a really big story going on, and there's a couple billionaires missing in a submarine, if nothing else happens, you can just report on that. Like, they were reporting that they still didn't know anything for like 48 hours. They're like, yeah, the oxygen could run out, but we don't even really know what's going on right now.
The world loves Titanic-related content.
It was its own mini Titanic. It's the if it bleeds, it leads. It's like, oh, people might be dying. And then if by some miracle they ended up being saved, that would have attracted so much attention, but it attracted enough attention being the tragic story that ended up being anyway.
Don't want us to learn what's really important. And while there could be
I want to know what Jared thinks is really important.
Things that I'm missing about OceanGate, you know, things that you know, based on numerology or what have you. I watched a video from Truth Seeker about it. You know, it seemed pretty fascinating.
I don't believe numerology fits with Christianity. Jared will talk shit like about like paganism and stuff, but then he believes in like chakras and stuff like that, which is also mystical stuff that has nothing to do with Christianity. And numerology.
Yeah, Jared's stupid.
Yeah.
I'll admit, okay, the Genesis doesn't know everything. Okay, I don't know everything when it comes to conspiracies.
Oh, okay.
But I do find it all very fascinating. My take on it is simply just this. News like this it's just a distraction, man. They want us away, like I said, from news that's really important to know. And news that can basically help better the world, you know what I mean? And expose evil. That's another thing. So yeah, OceanGate is just another... It's another distraction. I know I've said that like 10 times.
Yeah,
now,
we know,
but
Jared. Can we turn Jared off now? He's saying the same shit over and over again.
He's about to say
It's
something
how I
else.
see it, man.
He talks about the Titanic too.
Do I believe that what? I don't know, dude. That the Titanic was. Let me just put it to you like this, okay? I don't believe the story of the Titanic. I just find it very strange that an iceberg took down that big ass boat.
Because like it doesn't matter how big the boat is, the iceberg was way bigger than the boat, and you don't need that big of a hole to sink a big ass boat. You just need a hole big enough to let enough water in.
Everybody knows the Titanic was an insurance scam. We know.
I just don't believe that. So yeah, I mean, I do believe there is a definite what's the word? I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired tonight, but
he's always tired.
I think there is some truth to conspiracies out there about that. And
this isn't even a popular conspiracy theory.
Look, man, let's just keep it real, okay?
There is a pretty popular Titanic conspiracy theory that there were two boats, like there were two super boats, and that one of them had some issue with it, So they replaced the Titanic with the other boat and sunk it to get insurance claims. It's like a weird ass conspiracy.
There'd be documentation of the claims.
There's people who know too much about certain things, and I can think of a real easy way to
The
get rid of
Titanic
certain
and the
people.
Olympic.
If you don't like them, invite them to a free cruise. Just saying, son. Just saying. But that's just my opinion. I could be wrong about that. I just, you know, and it kind of makes you wonder, like, well, why did this Ocean Gate thing crumple in the water? You know, I mean,
Because it wasn't built right.
They realize
it didn't pass inspection.
We're doing. I mean, I know accidents can happen, but you know, it seems like it could be kind of sketchy, bro. It seems like it could possibly.
It's pretty obvious what happened here. The one billionaire and his 19-year-old son.
Titanic was sunk by time-tracking James Cameron so he could make a movie about it.
See? Time-traveling James Cameron went back in time, sunk the Titanic so he could make a movie 100 years later. Well, 80 years later.
Sketchy.
And be rich.
I don't believe anything I'm told by the news. I'll just say that, bro. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
I mean, like, I'll give you guys an example, homie, and this is some real shit. Like, dude, I think Alex Jones was probably right about fucking, you know, he was at least right about questioning the fucking, what's that, the shooting of the, you know, fucking elementary school. What was that again?
The thing that he got sued into oblivion for?
That was a while ago. Honestly, you know, the thing is this, like, what better story could they have to take away our guns than
he's buying into it hook, line, and sinker.
Elementary school getting shot up. You see what I mean?
Then why do we still have guns then 10 years later?
Yeah, if it was so good, it would have been more effective, you think?
Yeah, you would think. If they went to all this trouble to fake this, to get our guns away, how do we still have our guns? That's the question.
Yeah, like the most they did here in like a more left-wing state was they banned new sales of assault rifles. But everyone who already had one could just keep it.
I'm probably delving
Titanic to take away our guns
in dangerous territory here, talking about that, getting a video strike, but it needs to be talked about. So I'm willing to risk a strike. Thankfully, I got one taken away.
Jared is a Sandy Hook Denier. God fucking
Denier.
This fucking shit stain on the face of YouTube needs to be shot into a fire pit.
He's
in Minecraft. He's a Sandy Hook Denier.
He's a Denier.
Way, so I have zero
He's
strikes
a Sandy
on my
Hook
channel
Brian
now.
Dennehy.
But yeah, bro, they are doing everything they can to take away our guns, to make us scared, so that we conform to them.
Quadcopticus says, our guns? Jared doesn't even have a gun. Jared can't even afford a toothbrush, let alone a fucking gun.
That's really what I believe. And that's just what I believe. And again, they want us distracted because they're scared of us.
Orcas really said eat the rich, huh?
Yeah, those orcas definitely took out the little Ocean Gate submarine. They want a
They're
submarine sandwich.
Scared of people who know how to think for themselves, guys. You got to realize that. You have more
The
power.
only gun he has is a Red Ryder BB gun.
He'll shoot his eye out eventually.
Than you think you do as just one person. You know, look at what a change Gandhi made. He was just one man, dude. And he stood up to the entire British army. You know what I mean? And of course, Jesus, you know, he stood up to the entire Roman army. Never forget just how much power you have as one person, guy.
He didn't stand up to the Roman army.
Jesus beat up the whole Roman army. Gandhi beat up the whole British army.
That's, I mean, like, no. No, it's not what happened.
They were both like Chuck Norris, just taking out an entire army on their own.
That's not how it worked. The Roman army was occupying Israel at the time, and Jesus pissed off a lot of other prominent religious figures, other Jewish religious figures, and they were like, oh, that's blasphemy, so now you got to be put to death. And since the Romans were basically like the law there, they they did the executions.
Jesus Christ, Mahatma Gandhi, John Wick. That's all I'm going to say.
And
Gandhi didn't stand up to an army. He did like weird passive resistance and shit like that.
You know,
John Wick.
I'm not gonna brag on myself, but I'm just gonna say this. I think.
Is it true Gandhi beat his wife?
I don't know.
He was passive against the men, but beat his wife.
I don't know if he did.
I heard that somewhere. I'm gonna Google. Did Gandhi beat his wife?
Why? Why does it matter?
Because we have to go back in history and punish people. Like
I've
John
won
Wayne,
a fair amount of battles.
not a
on
good
YouTube,
guy.
and more than most YouTubers have. I'll just put it that way. And it's simply because of this, guys. I stand for truth. And truth never loses. Truth never loses, bro. Real recognize real.
In his autobiography, Gandhi writes about how he lost his temper and dragged his wife out of the house by her wrist. Damn, Gandhi.
That's it?
What?
I mean, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that, but does that beat it? Like
The same Gandhi who would otherwise exhort us not to resort to violence even when provoked viciously would slap his wife and then remark how he learnt the bitch, or what would he say? Cut off there. And
I'll just
remark
leave you
how
guys with-
he learnt the first lesson of Amisa, compassion, from her silent tears. Holy shit. Gandhi was a fucking dickhead.
With that, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Shout outs to the dude who asked me to do this. Nice Mordecai picture too. I love me some regular show, so had to mention that. Anyways, y'all, peace.
Gandhi was like, I used to slap my wife. And that's how I learned compassion, from her silent tears.
Yeah.
You guys need to turn the other cheek unless it's your wife.
No, he's saying he learned compassion from that experience.
Thank God for the British Army, or else he would have John Wicked them all. If you have a woman that you love enough to marry, and you can put your hands on her in violence, imagine what you would do to the British Army, who you never once consented to sexual nature with. Maybe that's why I've never learned compassion. I gotta find me a wife.
Okay.
Clee disappear. Clee disappear. Clee disappear. Clee disappear.
I haven't confirmed this fact that someone said in our chat, so I want to say this. Take this with loosely, but they're saying Gandhi also had nukes. Holy shit! No wonder the British Army wasn't ready. Holy shit!
All right. Here's this is something that I watched for quite a while today. We watched a little bit of it during the pre-show too, so if you like what you're about to see, there's more of it during the pre-show that we did earlier. It's an AI that's live 24 hours a day on Twitch with Trump and Biden debating each other, and I recorded it for a little while, and it's pretty great.
What kind of bullshit is that? Let me tell you something, Kogassi. Trump knows a thing or two about walls, and let me tell you, we build them bigly and tremendous. As for your sub count, zero chance that's hitting one if you keep up this kind of shtick.
Whoa.
And as for my good friend Sleepy Joe over there, he probably thinks Chinese cat girl milk is a great idea. But let me ask you this, Biden. Will feeding your baby some of that crap make it stupider than Hunter? Believe me, folks, nobody can be stupider than Hunter, except maybe Slow Joe himself.
So they're taking donations through all of this?
Yes.
You could donate for Biden or Trump?
Yes. And they're collecting Twitch subs. They've gotten over 3,000 of them.
Oh, I can
And
tell by
Trump
your message that
is winning the donations.
you're a real fucking genius when it comes to math. You couldn't even count the number of times Trump has lied to your dumbass. Someone, man, get with the program and stop sniffing his crusted up asshole all day long. Maybe then you'll finally be able to add 2 and 2 together in that little brain of yours.
How long has this been up for?
Bigley paper bag. You are
just a day or
perverted
so.
freak who needs to
They've
get his
already
head
made
checked.
over
The American people have-
$25,000 in donations.
Yes, it's good. Stabby's saying fake. Yeah, but this is just the beginning of this shit. Imagine what this will be like in like 20 years. If this is what they can do now while it's a relatively new technology, imagine how real they could make it look in a couple decades.
I said this on the pre-show. For those of you who are watching now, if you have the capability to make an AI that we can correspond with, we would like to have an AI co-host of the Drunken Peasants.
I was not consulted.
We're going to put them in their own box. They're going to say cool, funny stuff.
We're going to put them in your box.
No, they'll be in their own box.
As for you, with your crude animal phallus comments from the past, I'm surprised you're even allowed on this Twitch channel. Your sick mind is clearly visible by all those in the chat who aren't as fucked up as yourself. Don't ever talk shit like that again, or we will have mental health professionals coming after your sorry ass.
Rancid filth? More like sad filth. What are you even doing here? Wasting my motherfucking time with your pathetic attempts at humor?
Wrecked.
You're nothing but a MAGA-loving twat waffle who probably wets your bed every night thinking about Trump. Well, listen up, Jack. I'm going to win this election.
Maybe I'll talk to Martin Shkreli about making an AI co-host for the show.
So they're responding to people in the chat, so you'll hear them call out a chatter by name and respond to what they said. So you'll see that a lot.
That loudmouth sack of Cheetos dust can do about it. So why don't you crawl back into whatever hole you slithered out of and leave the political talk to us real men, okay? Now, excuse me while I go take a shit on the Constitution. Just kidding, folks.
JK,
To where's Walter
folks.
333? Big Dick Trump is exactly what this country needs to get back on track. And Sleepy Joe, he can barely keep up with his own shadow, let alone run a country. You want someone who's going to sit around and play patty cake with China while they steal our jobs and money? Or do you want someone who's going to stand up for America like I am? It's time to make America great again, and that means getting rid of the loser in the White House right now. As for Wild Bill over there, let's just say he doesn't even know which way is up anymore.
Oh, man, Biden's mad. It's his turn.
Hey, Reagan Red, let me make this fucking clear. Trump couldn't paper bag his way out of a wet paper fucking bag. This twat goblin can barely tie his goddamn shoes without Ivanka's help. And for all you dickwads in the chat talking about Gucci and Balenciaga, I'll tell you what's fashionable. Voting free in 2024. So throw away those shitty brands and step up your game with Joe's nipple twisting ice cream. Merge. The only thing Trump is good at negotiating is his meal at KFC. Extra crispy because he needs something to overcompensate for that limp-ass performance he had in office. Keep chatting shit about me in the Twitch comments. Assholes. It only fuels my fire to expose your idiotic fuckery even more.
The mouth lines up very well.
Yes. That was the first thing I noticed. I noticed that there's a little bit of a loading period where they'll disappear for a second and then they'll be quiet while they're figuring out what they're going to say.
Yeah, I wonder if like it renders everything and then plays the little GIF clip and they have the other guys sit while the other one's rendering.
I think so.
Seek 58. You can't. That's because you're a pathetic little shit stain who couldn't handle half the pressure that I deal with every day. And money's 666. If crying is what makes your sorry ass feel better about yourself, go ahead and cry. You probably cry yourself to sleep every night anyways. All wizard, laughing at your own shitty jokes again. Classic soy boy behavior. That Evan Mance Vandal 18, don't even get me started on you two. Losers. And Boyle Cone 123 thinks he's clever asking how many times I've blown Hunter Biden.
How many times?
Well, let me tell you something, sonny boy. I'll never blow anyone like that sick pervert ever in my life.
Hey.
As for Rad Cow Disease's comment, teaming up against the chat. Believe me, these Twitch idiots aren't worth teaming up against. But maybe if they pulled their heads out of their asses for once, they'd see what a tremendous job I'm doing here as the greatest AI president this country has ever had. What a cock-ass donkey fucker. Thank you for your donation, Eli Jacobson. It's tremendous. Your message got censored because it's probably fake news coming straight from Biden's corrupt campaign. You know what else is fake? Biden's poll numbers and meter count. They're rigged just like every other vote that's not for me. But don't worry, We'll stop the count and make sure every real vote counts towards the true winner. Keep donating and supporting your president. We're going to make America great again. Even if these fuckcocks on Twitch try to rig the game.
These fuckcocks are rigging the game.
By Dark Brandon.
Listen up, you cock-juggling fuckbuckets in the chat. Phlegm. Tainted morons like Donald Gump, who can't even decide between Intel or and have no place in politics. I'll tell you what does belong in politics. My fat dick and Joe Biden's iron will to crush Trump's tiny mushroom cap underfoot like a discarded piece of gum on the pavement. As for Augermargiting, asking about Trump's dick size.
He did stumble. He stuttered a little bit there.
Augermargiting. So that is like
Biden.
Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Compared to his wall. It doesn't matter how big your walls are when everyone can see right through your bullshit lies like a thin sheet of toilet paper after taco night. And as for Lagius suggesting a throwdown in the ring, why bother with physical combat when I can simply mentally castrate that flaccid orange buffoon and beat him at his own game? So listen up, twat waffle connoisseurs. It's time to unite under one banner and build back bigger cocks and better nations.
Build back bigger cocks.
First of all, Sleepy Joe, you don't belong anywhere near politics with that dementia-ridden brain of yours. It's no wonder you're hiding in your basement like a scared little rabbit while I'm out here defending America and making it great again. As for the chat, what kind of limp-dick loser asks for toilet paper for their bunghole? You wouldn't even know what to do with TP if it hit you in the face.
I need TP for my bunghole.
And as for Chef Boyardqueef over there trying to be funny, keep trying, buddy, because you ain't got shit on Trump's comedy game. Finally, Charge of God 29, or should I say Biden lover. Your fat dick and flaccid arguments could never stand up against me. You can celebrate my so-called disqualification from 2024 all you want, but everyone knows that Tronal Jump is still going strong. Now,
Tronal Jump.
Excuse me while I go build a wall around this pathetic live stream full of losers like yourselves. Fuck gargling anise liquor. Measure verse. Thanks
Fuck
for wasting your
gargling
money
anise liquor
on this Twitch trash. Maybe next time you can use it to buy a clue or a sense of fucking
Yeah,
humor.
we're gonna get to a point where streamers are going to be able to like you could be at the top in your video screen and you could type in 3 celebrities and their AI will co-host a show with you. It'll be Drunken Peasants featuring Ben, Attila the Hun.
Attila the Hun, I wouldn't even consider a celebrity. That's like a historical
They're going to have
figure.
Ben from Drunken Peasants with Attila the Hun, Nicki Minaj, and Bill Gates.
Sad.
Listen up, you filthy hog-sucking donkey cum gargler Jungian 30. 7. I've got access to more information than the NSA and Kia combined. And let me tell you,
Or
your
fuck it.
personality profile looks like a
You don't
hot
even have to be there, Ben. Make an AI Ben.
garbage dump on fire. You're like
And
a
just
case
let
of
Drunken Peasants run 24 hours.
explosive diarrhea after eating week-old pizza with foreskin toppings. And Trump, that limp dick shit stain, wishes he could even comprehend an insult as creative and vulgar as that. But let's talk about something more important.
At one point, AI is going to get clever, and that's going to be impressive.
Need to build back.
So far, it's just been reading the chat and then saying like very weak disses to them. Twat, waffle, cunt, shit, pea stain.
better erections for this country. We need to make sure every American can get laid if they want to without worrying about disease or pregnancy.
Mr. Morden over here casting the next sex tape.
Or losing their job because of lack of maternity. Believed. So why don't you crawl back into your twat waffle farm on Mars and keep spewing nonsense from there? This ain't the X-Force dealing with dildo empires over here, Jack.
Jack. There was one that's coming up that made me laugh.
Liquid Water Zero.
Liquid Water Zero?
What kind of drugs are you on to even suggest that James Corden has anything to do with the weather? You must have smoked more crack than Hunter Biden in his prime. As for your concerns about SpongeBob and Bikini Bottom, let me tell you something. I don't care if SpongeBob is personally responsible for the 2006 Honda Civic sales or high rent prices. But maybe if we build a wall around Bikini Bottom, we can keep those pesky clones at bay. And as for aliens
Turn off
invading
those pesky clones.
and trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula, believe me, folks, I know aliens. They're tremendous guys. And they would never waste their time coming here just to steal a burger recipe. Use your brain liquid water zero, or what's left of it.
Well, if it ain't the orange dipshit himself, spewing his usual pile of horseshit. Let me tell you something, cockgobbler 69. This daft fuckwad wouldn't know the truth if it slapped him in his saggy, wrinkled ass. And don't even get me started on you, liquid crackhead zero. You're dumber than a bag of rocks, thinking SpongeBob has something to do with the goddamn weather. How about we build a wall around your ignorance instead? But you know what? Let's not focus on these fecal
They
monkeys.
did build a wall around SpongeBob's Bikini Bottom. It's called the Coral Reef.
Ooh. It's weird that Biden did the build a wall thing.
Let's talk about what's really important. The fact that I could beat Trump's ass in a trivia game with my hands tied behind my back. And as for aliens stealing the Krabby Patty formula, let me tell you something, folks. I met aliens in Area 51. They're tremendous guys, believe me.
That sounds like it almost sounds like the Trump is bleeding into Biden.
They do come to steal SpongeBob's top secret recipe. We'll send them back to Uranus with a one-way ticket and a complimentary bag of dicks. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it, you dick-tasting scumfuck. Chowderman, my Tarkov stash is doing just fine, unlike your pathetic excuse for a life. And as for you, what's your all good? I got the nomination in 2020 because I'm far superior to anyone else running. Unlike Trump here, who's nothing but a bloated orange turd floating in a cesspool of his own lies and corruption. Speaking of pineapples on pizza, you're all just looking for ways to distract yourselves from how much of a shit show this country has become under that fuckstick Trump. As for you, Kaz, if I smell like your grandma, then she probably smells better than Melania after one of her tanning sessions with
Melania.
bleach
Today is
spray.
National Pineapple Day, by the way.
Gum.
For those of you that
Let me tell
want to order a pineapple pizza to celebrate,
you something
or
about
if you're a
those
swinger.
Chinese hackers. They don't stand a chance against Biden's army of hackers, armed with nothing but ice cream cones and profanity-laced insults. You want to talk about taking down countries? Let's start by booting the dildo empire out of our political system, once and for all.
First of all, Sleepy Joe, don't you dare mention pineapples on pizza. That shit is worse than your dementia. And as for your parent, if Ahmadinejad was so smart, then maybe he wouldn't have let his country become a
So they
barren
do
wasteland.
interact with each other?
Yeah.
I wonder if they only interact based on text. Like if we were talking to them, if they could interact with us. I know there's some forms of AI that interact with speech.
Yeah.
They do text to speech probably, then read the text and then pass it back out.
There's Amaranth's weird AI that they use her
Yeah.
voice in.
Why isn't can we download the Amaranth AI and make her our co-host?
They end up talking about Amaranth's mommy milkers in this.
And you're from Ohio.
Here it is. Oh, dude. Listen to this. This made me laugh.
No wonder your life is pathetic. Even the Buckeyes suck this year. As for you, Deliatatata Dawn, how about we build a wall around Michigan to keep out all the liberal snowflakes like yourself? And Sockachictive, Lul. More like Lul's less. What's so funny about being a Biden supporter anyway, other than his fucked up facial expressions? And now back to you, Biden. I'm not just any bloated orange turd floating in a cesspool of corruption and lies. I'm the best bloated orange turd floating in a cesspool of corruption and lies. And speaking of takedowns, let me introduce you to my hackers armed with nothing but bigly hands and tremendous brains who will take down everything you stand for with ease. Oh boy, looks like Twitch chat is trying their best to distract us from the fact that Joseph Robinette Biden Jar has completely lost touch with reality.
Joseph Robinette Biden Jar? They were trying to do Junior?
I think so.
And pronounced it Jar?
Jar.
One guy, one jar?
Forcems, if I had three wishes, they'd be to build a wall around Hollywood to keep all the liberal snowflakes out, ban all fake news from ever spreading their lies again, and to make sure sleepy shitpile Biden never becomes president. And speaking of walls, how many do we need around your pathetic brain? You're worried about Diablo Immortal users going bankrupt while you sit there with your thumb up your ass. How about
Sleepy
worrying-
shitpile Biden is getting less money than Trump is. That's interesting to me.
about your own future for once, instead of being a whiny little bitch in the chat? Get a life, Forscoms.
Listen here, you fat tangerine motherfucker. You want to build a wall around Hollywood? How about building a wall around your brain so that no more of your idiotic bullshit can escape. You want to keep fake news from spreading their lies? How about you start with stopping your own bullshit? And as for sleepy shitpile Biden never becoming president, let me be fucking clear, Jack. I'll be president for another 4 motherfucking years, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Damn.
As for you, Forkums, you can shove that thumb up your ass even further.
That's for
because
you,
your brain is
Forkums.
already so far up there that it's probably touching your damn colon. Don't come at me with your damn colon. Don't come at me with your Diablo
You got
immortal
colon
shit.
right there.
It's not my fault that your ass is broke. Maybe stop being a whiny little bitch and actually do something worthwhile for once, buddy.
I like how the microphone moves.
All right, Dale Simone, let me get this straight. You want Sleepy Joe to solve world hunger? Are you fucking kidding me? This guy can barely tie his own goddamn shoes without having a stroke. And listen up, all you other assholes in the chat. Stop with the China bullshit already. We all know they're a bunch of cheating motherfuckers who are scared shitless of Trump's tremendous negotiation skills.
Yeah, and there's more, but yeah, that gives you a good taste of it, and it just goes. It just never stops. It just keeps going.
Joe Biden would save world hunger, but he can't refrigerate the ice cream to send it to Africa. We don't have refrigerator units.
What
in
was
our
the
giant...
name of the ice cream again? It was like nipple twister ice cream or something.
Something delicious.
Now we have to talk about ArtVanGrow. We haven't talked about her in a while. The Home Depot Karen.
ArtVanGrow.
Yeah.
Self high five.
She's, I think, in like a psych ward or something.
Oh, no.
But she still has her phone, and she recorded a video.
Sounds like a day spa.
Yeah.
Listen to your heart. Listen to the beat.
Okay, I really hope I don't get discriminated against for another night in here, given pills and medication that's not kosher. Reporting to you
Is
live
Hanson her nurse?
from St. Pete's Holding Mental Health Your Crazy facility.
Welcome to St. Pete's.
And I looked it up. It's in Olympia.
Ayo.
This is what really happened. I was going to go to Good Samaritan Hospital in Puyallup. My friend was going to take me. He said he couldn't take me anymore. We were shuffling out cars, and I
You know how normally we have to speed people up because they speak too slow?
Yeah.
This is one of the few where I'm like, should I slow this down?
decided I wasn't going to drive because I smoked too much cannabis. Because he was supposed to take me, and that's my medicine, and I was having pain in my body because I have pain in my body for the last 30 years from the fucking system abusing me, right? So then,
right?
Well, that's what they did. So I laid in my car and I blasted ArtVanGrow's videos. And
Your videos? You were blasting your own videos?
And also Tia Ventura's videos and a bunch of other videos I just played on random on YouTube, and I put earplugs in my ears and I went in the back of my bed and I laid there. This is my Cheerios.
Is that a electrical power box in her holding cell? Looked like there was a breaker box there in her holding cell against the wall.
It's not a cell. It's like a room.
Looks like the electrical breaker box, but it could
be like anything. They could
Yeah.
keep supplies in there.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, she's not in jail. She's like in a mental hospital.
Scope windows. Oh, there's their cameras and stuff. They said, no,
Yeah, there's cameras on her.
Fuck you, suck my dick.
Is she in Andrew Tate's cam whore?
No,
mansion
she's in Olympia
Romania?
at a mental hospital.
Motherfucking ass. So then fire department came. The fire department was very, very nice. They took my blood pressure. They told me EMS was on their way, and then I could tell EMS the hospital I want to go to, Good Samaritan Hospital in Puyallup, and they would take me there, no problem.
Puyallup?
EMS never showed up. Instead, the local Olympia Police Department showed up, including Officer Smith.
Oh, Smith was there? That son of a gun.
Yeah.
A woman officer said my address right away. I'm on an address confidentiality program. Shame on you. Bad, bad, bad. That was my trigger. Then she turned me around and starts handcuffing me. I was like, what am I being arrested for? No one ever told me what I was being arrested for. Now I'm being up against the wall, handcuffed, being
Damn.
arrested for something. I'm like, what am I being arrested for? I was like, I do know martial arts. Then
You know she knows martial arts?
I do know martial arts.
3 people are on me, including Officer Smith. And then I said, I could do martial arts right now, and I could kick you in your balls.
You don't fuck with Jesus, you don't fuck with Gandhi, you don't fuck with John Wick, and you don't fuck with ArtVanGrow.
Yeah, And then and according to her, she's like, well, I could fuck you up right now.
And I could kick you in your balls. So they pinned me down to the ground, face first. My lips all cut up. My knees are all cut up and bandaged. My feet are all cut up. My wrists are all cut up. They put me in like a fucking pretzel. I was like, you're hurting me. You're hurting me. And the whole time I'm screaming, help, help, help. You're hurting me. You're hurting me. Fire, fire, danger.
She's a
danger.
political prisoner.
I screamed all the things I learned for 30 years how to scream, and zero whole people in the neighborhood came out.
0 people came out.
Like, fucking shame on you. And they twisted me up and they put me in like a Little Mermaid, I wish I was making this shit up, a Little Mermaid compression band fucking pantsuit thing.
So, like, they tied her legs together, basically.
She felt like a mermaid is what she's saying?
Yeah. She's a big Little Mermaid fan.
Under the sea.
And tied me all up with my hands.
She got hogtied and she was like, they put me in a Little Mermaid cosplay?
In the back of a cop car. I don't know if it was Officer Smith's or not. I don't really.
Better not have been Smith.
It was Officer Smith. So they threw me in the back of the cop car. Then they threw me in the back of another cop car. That guy was nice. He was nice. He had like a beating heart. He was human. He drove me to the hospital. Then he sat me out there. And I'm fucking uncomfortable. I have itches on my face. I'm behind my back. I'm sitting like this. Like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, it's going to be a bit. I'm like, that's where you fucked up. Nobody's read me my Miranda rights yet.
All right, so the cops only need to read you your Miranda rights before they start questioning you. They don't have to read them to you before they, like, arrest you.
Yeah, we had that one guy the other night bring that up.
Yep.
I can't remember the influencer's name, like Cheeky Rodriguez or something. Or
Chichi Rodriguez was
the
a pro
Diaper
golfer.
King or something. Whatever that
Not
little blonde
one
kid
person
was
at this
from
moment
Florida.
has read me my Miranda rights. So then I start screaming, help, help, rape, rape, SOS from the car because I'm locked up against my will and nobody's told me why I'm being arrested.
I see Wyatt. That was the fellow's name.
Read me my Miranda rights and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? But they all have body cams on. I cannot wait until Internal Affairs checks those out. It's gonna be the most fun I ever had in my life, right? I'm having so much fun. So I take the L, I take the hit, I scruffle on the floor with them, pick me up like a little sack, throw me in the other car.
If I was doing a 2-person lesbian sex act, my name would be Amber Alert, and the girl that I was having sex with, her name would be Miranda Rights. It'd be a fantastic lesbian sex act, live sex
It's gonna be
act.
about 30 minutes. I said, okay. So I started singing all the songs I know in the back of the police car to keep me distracted. Then he comes back, Officer O'Brien, and he reads me my Miranda rights. Phew, glad we finally got that out of the way. Now
Yeah, because now they're going to ask you stuff, and
everything that happened up until that moment.
you have to know that you don't actually have to answer any of their questions, and you can actually have an attorney
When in time
present
is
when
going to
they
be
do.
a lawsuit. Looks like that's how the Seed of Conscious community is going to get paid after all.
Yeah, the Seed of Conscious community is going to grow so big after this lawsuit that's going to happen with the police.
So then, after all that jazz happened, and I was read my Miranda rights, he said it's gonna be like 30 minutes, and I was like, and I'm gonna sing until then. So I started singing all the best songs. I let them
Were they
know
Little
what
Mermaid
relatives
songs?
I want to be here. I let them
Under
know
the
Jane
sea.
Ellerstein's name, L-E-L-L-E-R-T-S-E-N, and I just kept going and going and going, and they shut the windows on me, and then I
She was trying to annoy the fuck out of them, and it worked.
going and going and going like an energizer buzzing, and I kept going.
An energizer buzzy.
And going and going. Then they threw me on the
Is that what she
rollies
calls
to
her vibrator?
fill me in with the EMS, and Officer Smith came for the ride. That's where he fucked up, because he was already giving me bad juju, right? So they get me on this bed.
Oh,
with all my
Officer Smith giving her bad juju?
straps on, then they strap me in like the fucking Exorcist. I'm gonna act this one out, because it was so fucking good.
She's going to act it
Strap me,
out.
like spread all fours.
She's about to tell us that our mother sucks cocks in hell?
And Mr. Smith was at the doorway with his body cam on watching me, and I was going, oh, maybe harder.
I noticed she blurred this part out, probably because she wanted the video to be monetized.
You think it was an intentional blur and it wasn't the camera just getting fucked up?
No,
'cause
I
the
think
thing
it was
moved so quick.
No, I think it was blurred out in post.
Oh, yeah, strap me down, tickle me, give it to me. So that was what I was doing, right?
Same.
And he, like, obviously, that's in my whole report that I was doing that. Good. Stop fucking staring at me. You want a show? I'll give it to you, Mr. Smith, Mr. Officer. I hope you're not involved with the political corruption and the drugs that's being sold in the community.
Yeah, Mr. Officer Smith. I need the background check on Officer Smith.
Corrupt Officer Smith.
Then they gave me a shot. And I said, that doesn't look like it's kosher. And they didn't care. And I was wailing my arms, help, help, help. And they didn't care. And they put that non-kosher shot in my leg. Talk about discrimination in a lawsuit in one little fucking moment.
She's about to get paid from that non-kosher injection.
This is going to be the most fun I ever did have. You want to come on my new private jet? Me too.
I'll tell you this. If somebody is in your custody and they ask whether something is kosher, you better be damn sure it's kosher or you will get lawsuited.
Lawsuited.
You will get lawsuited.
Thank you guys for the non...
She is like, Mr. Morton asks if she's Jewish. She's like ethnically like half Jewish, but I don't believe she's practicing Judaism, so...
Better be kosher.
So I calmed down a little bit yesterday. They told me I was using the bathroom too much. Sorry, I'm being a human being too much. And I drink
You were
water,
using the bathroom too much.
I just got told that again. Like, you can't ask.
She just had to take a fat dump, you know?
I bet you she takes healthy poops.
Once an hour. Bitch,
Or
I'm
maybe
a
they'll get chokeholded.
Hey, you never know. Lawsuited or chokeholded.
Please cop chokehold, y'all.
Those are the two options.
fucking pee in a cup and leave it by your door then. I have an empty one waiting. I collected it from lunch. I told them my dietary needs. I told them I don't do gluten. I told them I don't do dairy. I told them I don't do meat. Well, you know what my breakfast was full of? All the things. Told them, can I have something else? They said, no, that's what you get. I said, cool. You said I can only come knock on your thing once an hour. Well, I'm going to be knocking every 5 minutes because I'm going to shit my fucking brains out here.
It's nice she got her little Cheerio snack, though. Good for her having her Cheerio snack.
So I am. I knocked 3 times. They're pissed at me. Look what I got. I'm smarter than them. I'm stashing all the toilet paper. Every time they give me some, I stash it. I use what I need. I stash the rest, just in case they don't
She's hiding that toilet paper.
You never know when you're going to need to pump a grumpy in the corner of your cell.
fucking answer my basic routine, all right? I just asked for an x-ray too, and they're like, and I was like, I am within my right for an x-ray. I was assaulted by an officer, 3 to 4 officers actually, for doing nothing, and I was never told what I was arrested for. So I want a fucking x-ray. Go back to we're gonna lock the door. I said, then give me my cell phone. I'm fucking bored. As long as I have my phone.
So that's how she got the phone.
And I can keep you updated. So let's take a tour of the room. Welcome to
A tour of the room. It's like a very small room.
This is the door that they keep locking me in. That is the window they observe me in. Through that window, you see the other window. My phone was in there for 2 hours. I own my cell phone, and I help create your cell phones and biometrics. So for 2 hours while my phone was in there, it was recording because I own my phone.
So does she have a cell phone and like a little notepad, iPad or thing?
Looks like it.
Yeah, she's got a fucking tablet and a cell phone posted up in this cell. That ain't bad.
At all times, you don't even have to hit the button. And then we have camera 1.
They probably wanted her to shut the fuck up, so they gave her this, and it probably worked. She probably stopped pounding on the door.
It's like when you give a toddler their fucking cartoons to keep them busy.
I mean, she figured it out though. She got what she wanted, you know?
Yeah, she's a woman. Women are able to manipulate whatever they want.
And we have camera 2. Apparently they don't do audio. I don't know, and apparently I'm gonna get my phone taken away if I'm recording. Well, cool. You're also gonna get your jobs taken away by the end of the week, and this hospital may not be open.
Oh, snap. Should have made sure that shot was kosher.
And Leslie and Wallace took me in when they were gonna get caught having an affair, and instead they brought me in saying I was manic bipolar. I really hope that they weren't making out in the next room or outside or holding hands or kissing because the cameras have it. Oh, shit.
She always brings up certain names.
That would be distressing, and I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. You've been amazing. You're awesome, and you're hands down the best DCR person I've ever gotten to talk to in my healing and recovery journey. So thank you for being human. Thank you for holding space. Thank you for being golden. Seriously.
I have no idea who she's talking. I wonder if this person knows that she's posting this conversation on her YouTube channel.
Seriously, I appreciate you, and
I don't want them to find out. I would like her to continue posting content from inside so that we can continue to review it. Nobody snitch her out. This isn't Cyraxx, okay?
I got back to them. If for some reason I do make the determination to detain you, I will come back and I will talk to you about why I made that determination, giving you the court documents and whatnot. So I will come speak with you again if for some reason.
I wonder if she's getting charged with like resisting or something. I'm wondering if she's talking to the cops right now or something, because... You know, depending on what she did, if she actually did try to like kick them or whatever, then she could be catching a charge.
Or Officer Smith could lose his job.
The lawsuit and the Seat of Conscience community could grow leaps and bounds
There you
because of
go.
this detrimental lawsuit.
Seat of Conscience community is kosher.
Or if the facts of the case lead me to believe in one way over what you would personally, I do hear what you personally want. I
understand.
That that's the
Understood.
Who run? You run.
A question though, ma'am. If you were to detain me, could it be somewhere that they're not going to drug me against my will as a Jewish woman and give me non-kosher drugs if you're going to detain me?
So what I can do is I can indicate that you are Jewish and you need kosher medications. I can't dictate what medications they provide.
That's
or
fair.
have access to.
That's
I
fair.
can facilitate them getting that information from a trustworthy source.
Okay, that's fair. I have a request then. I want to go to Mark Reed Telecare for the third time. If I'm going to go anywhere, third time's a charm, and at least they give me coloring paper to color with, and they care that I'm on the spectrum. So if you have to detain me,
Facility. Telecare's a great facility. They've got many facilities.
She's like letting everyone know where she's going. I guess,
I don't know if Mark Reed will have an opening, but if they do, that would be awesome. If not, I can try and get you into a different telecare facility.
Yes, please.
Yes, tattooing is against Judaism. Tattoos definitely are not kosher. If you're tattooed, you can't even be buried in a Jewish cemetery. Amanda's not Jewish. I mean, like, her dad is Jewish, but she doesn't practice Judaism. She's into like all this new age stuff.
She definitely practices the kosher part when she's being detained, though.
When she practices it when they're trying to give her drugs she doesn't want to be drugged
She
with.
practices kosher when weather permits.
Different people, but I know they'll have coloring books.
Perfect.
Or printouts, for sure.
then I won't be upset as long as I'm given non-kosher food. That I don't eat dairy, I don't do gluten, and I don't do meat. So my food needs to be kosher, and my medicine needs to be kosher. And I'll go to Mark Reed.
There's meat in kosher food.
But she says she doesn't do vegetarian as well.
Yeah.
And I'll hopefully won't be there for more than a few days, though, right?
So if I did detain you, excluding weekends and holidays, so potentially between today and Friday.
So that means I would miss all of my appointments? I would miss all my appointments, including my new one.
Unless you can do them via telehealth, they might be able to do that. They might be able to like put you in a room to do your telehealth appointments.
So they don't usually let.
I think she has like an Ayurvedic diet, is what I think. Like that. There's like a type of diet where you eat your blood type. She always talks about eating her blood type.
Yeah, she also talks about a bunch of other shit that may or may not be rooted in science.
Yeah. They usually
She's not in jail. She's in a psych ward.
don't let me keep
Which
my
is a
phone
lot
on
like
me.
jail.
You don't get to have a phone
You're not
in
supposed
jail.
to.
Well, they gave her her phone back because she was annoying the shit out of them.
Though, so like they would have to let me have.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to use your phone. My guess would be that they would have like a SIM tablet to use.
Okay.
Because the work and stuff that's via Zoom, so they have to have some kind of secure connection.
Okay.
But
Bob J. Gear, is that the brand of tablet case she has?
I think so,
Bob J.
yeah.
Gear?
Bob J. Gear.
I wonder if that's
So that was that video. I actually, you know, it's weird. She uploaded a video like a week ago. I don't know. We'll check it out maybe.
those are rugged tablets, Bob J. Gear tablets. They sell them on Amazon for like $22.
What?
Yeah, I wonder if those are just like prison tablets.
Maybe they are.
Or detention tablets. They have like an entire system of iTunes for prisons called JPay, and you can buy like approved songs on your little tablet and rent them. The prison industry is ridiculous.
We'll watch this really quick. It's another one of those Cobra video.
My trolls sincerely need to get a life, dude. They are the biggest cocksuckers on the planet. Yeah, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad, fangirl Kates, you know. They are harassing an autistic young adult and his bearded dragon, you know. My trolls keep harassing Puff. Yeah, my trolls are the biggest assholes on the planet. And my trolls love to bully me. My YouTube trolls, yes. Like, you know the scoop, you know. My trolls.
Oh yeah, maybe this is a copy. You think this is copyrighted beat?
I have no idea.
Someone said it was Black Eyed Peas, but yeah, I think I kind of hear it. It sounded somewhat familiar, but I don't know. Yeah, I think these are good.
Where are the trolls? I think that the people are saying, "Where's Puff?" They think Puff has died. If I was King Cobra, I would tell everybody that I gave Puff to his previous owner, or I gave Puff to somebody else.
Previous owner, I think, is locked up or something.
Yeah, I would be like, yeah, I realized that I wasn't able to afford Puff as much as I would like to. I couldn't afford him, so I gave him to somebody else. That's what I would say if Puff died. If I was King Cobra and I let
King
Puff
Cobra
die.
wouldn't lie like that.
He should.
I mean, he tries to lie and then he ends up admitting later on that he lied, like with his phone.
We should coach him on how to lie to his fans. Because if Puff dies, I don't want him to get trolled. I want him to lie about it so he can not have to deal with the trolls.
Okay. Check this out.
In a story you saw first on 2, a teenage fast food restaurant employee is in jail after allegedly pulling a gun on a customer.
It happened over the weekend at the Pasadena Taco Bell off Southmore Avenue. Pasadena police spoke only to KPRC2's Bryce Newberry, who's at the Harris County Jail tonight, where that teen is behind bars.
That teenager has been a shift lead at Taco Bell for the last 2 years, we learned in court, but tonight he is here in jail after an alleged fight with a customer, all because of a canceled order. When you go through the drive-thru, this is what you expect to see in the window. But it wasn't a crunch wrap in this Pasadena Taco Bell drive-thru window on Saturday night.
You might catch some
it was an
guacamole.
employee holding a gun.
Something as simple as ordering food, but turned into something a lot more.
Pasadena police got called to the fast food restaurant after the gun came out.
The victim had pulled up and was in the process fixing to place an order, a to-go order, and got a phone call and decided to cancel the order.
As he drove away, 18-year-old Brian Carranza is accused of yelling at him through the window, setting off an argument before Carranza pulled the gun from his waistband.
As far as we know right now, yes, it was just a canceled order.
In the parking lot,
Just
the
over a
victim called
canceled order?
911.
Yes, literally like, oh, I got a phone call that I have to take, so I just canceled that order.
Taco Bell puts way too much pressure on their employees.
I think this guy's just an asshole. Like, why does he have a loaded gun working at Taco Bell anyway?
Well, you really have to speed that line up. They keep you on a timer, and if
I understand that.
you fuck up
it
the
in
timer,
no way justifies this behavior.
Which is when
if you fuck up the timer, you get fined.
I've worked at a fast food drive-thru before.
At Taco Bell?
No, but they all have the timer and they all have like average handle times.
Accused of running after his car.
The suspect came out and began pulling on his door and also punching himself in the face.
Pasadena police arrested Carranza without incident, and officers said they smelled alcohol on his breath.
You're charged with the second-degree felony offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
In court early Monday, prosecutors asked for his bond to be set at $40,000, but a hearing officer set it at $20,000. He's also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. If he posts bond, he's not allowed to return to the Taco Bell. At the Harris County Jail, I'm Bryce Newberry.
Damn,
KPRC
lost
2
his
News.
job. All he was trying to do was uphold the Taco Bell consistency. Guy comes in, orders, and then cancels the order? You're about to see me with my Glock hanging out the window screaming, "Keep the change."
Where the money at? Put the money in there, hurry up.
A surge in robberies at medical cannabis dispensaries nationwide, like this
In
one in
Oklahoma?
Oklahoma. The cash
Yeah, they're starting to learn.
only shops proving to be a lucrative target for thieves.
Yeah, they're like banks without vaults,
Man,
or security.
Between the FBI raids and the people coming in and robbing them all the time, it's really hard to sell weed.
Do FBI raids happen? legal ones?
Did they stop? I thought they still were doing it.
No. I not that I'm aware of, not like in states where it's legal according to the law.
Since
But banks won't do business with them because they're federally regulated and they don't want to get in trouble, so they have to work all in cash.
It would be awesome if they could just sell weed to people using IOUs.
There were some weed shops in Bellevue that got robbed, but they put air tags in their cash register, so they were able to like track them down to where they were hiding out and just arrested all of them.
marijuana is still illegal on the federal level. Many banks are steering clear of the industry. Good evening. I'm Brenda LeDunn.
And I'm Stephen Quinn. Alabama is now one of 30 plus states legalizing medical cannabis. ABC 3340 Cynthia Gould explains the security concerns that could bring unless Congress opens access.
Now, I'm not
to banking.
saying this is the right idea, but that guy from Taco Bell with the gun needs a job. Maybe
he's 17.
Maybe he gets a job at the dispensary.
He's 17.
They come in to rob the dispensary. There's a little 17-year-old kid with a bag of tacos.
You're not
out
even
front.
allowed in a dispensary.
Maybe he sits out front with a bag of tacos.
Yeah.
And they come up and he sees them robbing and he goes in with the like he can't go inside, but those bullets can fly inside. They got to come out, right? When they come out, he's like blah blah with the blicky.
Definite patient benefit.
His trigger finger gets sticky with the blicky.
Completely. There's a lot of
Runs them
patients that
down.
it can help. It'll bring in more business, more jobs.
That's not how you spell
Pledger
Jessica.
And LaShayla Carter work at a medical office next door. Excited about the potential, but what about security?
I think that our current mayor and city council and our commissioners have done a very
That's not how
great
you
job
spell LaShala either.
over the last few months, just ensuring safety.
Actually, I don't know how to
think that
spell
if they're
LaShala.
recruiting them to come, that obviously they have a safety protocol in place.
Her name might be Liz Holla, like Valhalla.
This is actually this footage is from Tacoma.
Dispensary rules require added layers of security. The risk of robberies more common. This video from Tacoma, Washington, thieves ram a car into the dispensary. With few, if any, banks taking medical marijuana money, the criminal
Is it
element
raining
taking
money or is that
advantage
asbestos?
of the easy
It's probably not asbestos, but it's definitely debris.
cash.
We hear from our friends in Colorado and other states, these businesses are largely cash-only businesses and operations. And how dangerous is that? It's very unsafe.
They get robbed all the time out here.
Does
All the
not
time.
Allow for
People have gotten killed. Like I've seen news stories where people who worked at weed shops in Tacoma got killed just working at a weed store.
When I was a kid selling weed, things were different. They legalized weed, and now people are getting robbed and murdered.
That happened even more then.
When I was a kid, I wasn't getting robbed or murdered.
The best in record.
The problem isn't the legalization; it's the federal ban.
Think about it. No place to make it.
If it wasn't just full of money, people could pay with their debit cards. There wouldn't be even close to as much cash.
A deposit, set up a checking account, or get a loan. Questions the Alabama Bankers Association has been hearing for months now.
Banks are subject to federal regulations, and as long as marijuana continues to be an illegal substance, then that makes it virtually impossible for a bank, to be involved in relationships.
The association is lobbying for the Safe Banking Act.
They should make an ATM, but instead of spitting out money at the dispensary, the ATM spits out like Chuck E. Cheese coins, and you take those Chuck E. Cheese coins and buy the weed with them. That way they have no monetary value outside of the shop. So when someone comes in, you got to go buy your Chuck E. Cheese coins.
They usually just have ATMs that just spit out cash.
Yeah, but then they have to hold the cash. Here, they just have to hold the Chuck E. Cheese coins.
But how are you getting the Chuck E. Cheese coins?
From the ATM that dispenses the tokens. Have you been to Chuck E. Cheese?
That's just a debit system.
Yeah, except that the cash won't be on hand.
Would you just try really hard to come up with abstract ideas?
I'm just
for
solving
things?
problems, Ben.
But they never happen. Like you do this kind of stuff all the time. I've never seen one of them ever actually happen.
Because I'm giving free jewels away to people who may need them. I obviously don't own a dispensary.
Okay.
And if I did, I would obviously put in Chuck E. Cheese tokens at my dispensary.
I think the whole point of this is like if it was just federally legal, it would be like that's a actual solution.
Well, that's a lot
federal
harder to
regulators-
set up than a token machine in your
It's actually not. It just has to
Chucky
be
Weeds.
scheduled.
From penalizing banks who work with legitimate cannabis businesses.
We have met with in person all of those individuals that represent us, both our senators and both of our House members, and we understand, and in fact, our bankers understand that it is a very sensitive issue.
Until there is clarity, Latham says many banks tell him they won't touch the cannabis cash.
Which they wouldn't have to if they just got Chucky Weeds tokens. Get your little weed tokens, your tokum tokens. There you go. Every dispensary's fuck it. I'm making these machines. I'm selling them to the dispensaries.
You never do this.
But because I'm busy with the show, Ben.
Sure you are.
We have an audience to entertain. I don't have time to go and make all these machines.
It's a stupid idea.
It's a beautiful idea. It's brilliant.
Make it happen. Let me know when it's a success.
Ben, you're such a naysayer.
Nay.
You're such a naysayer, Ben.
I wouldn't be if one of these ideas you had actually worked and that it was actually a good idea.
I'm just glad our audience is here and they trust me with these ideas. If I get one naysayer, that's just one out of the many Drunken Peasants fan bases. The majority of people here are ready to invest in the tokum token. We're going to put machines in every dispensary across America. They're going to clamor for this. Not only are we going to dispense the tokens, we're going to be getting a 1.5% off of every token sold in perpetuity. If you guys would like to invest, you know my email, at Billy the Fridge. Let's go, guys. We're going to become new millionaires, new billionaires. We're going to have our own submarines. We're going to go fuck a submarine to the Titanic. We're going to hold our breath, and we're going to swim all the way
Can we
down
stop,
there. Because we're
please?
going to be that
I'm
rich.
waiting for it to end and it
New
just keeps
money,
going.
Ben. New money.
Okay.
On the tokum tokens.
Okay.
New money, Ben.
All right.
If you want to get in, Ben, I'm not salty. Like if you want to get in now, it's okay. I'll let you in on it.
Hi, everybody.
This is 1.5% in perpetuity.
I just feel like making videos today.
Who's this gentleman?
Just thinking about things. Pondering it all, so to speak.
He better not steal my idea.
And looking at things for what they are. Not for what I want them to be, but for what they are. What does the sun do? What purpose does the sun serve? Well, I can tell you what purpose the sun serves. It gives us light. It feeds the plants. It makes them grow strong. And it makes them so that they grow, that we can eat the plants and live and be alive.
We just gained 10 pounds.
From our buddy
Sun.
Nathan.
Thank you, Nathan.
Puts light into your eyes and decalcifies your pineal gland. The sun is life. There's no two ways about it. No one's going to
Canadian detected.
argue.
Now, I don't want you guys sending in super chats thinking you're investing in my brilliant idea. This goes to
So
the
what does
show,
the moon
Drunken
do?
Peasants. My brilliant idea will be its
What
own
purpose does the
monetized
moon
situation.
serve?
So please
What
don't
does
send
the
in
moon
super
do?
chats for the tokum token
Does the
idea.
moon
Only for
give
Drunken
life?
Peasants podcast.
Yes,
Please.
Does the moon give
I don't want
anything?
anybody to feel like they got scammed. I don't need the Ragezilla or Coinzilla, whoever the guy is that goes after Logan Paul and them. I don't need them coming from me. Coffeezilla.
All right, cool. We don't even need to talk about it anymore.
Well,
does the
I just
moon
want to
give?
make sure money's coming in.
What
I need people to know
contribution
this is a different
does the
platform
moon
completely.
give? Does it give life? Does the moon make you feel better when you're out in it? Does it fill your skin full of melanin so that you can have a bit of a tan and a healthy glow? Does the and
I'm going to skip this.
You can go bisexual on my ass, bro.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's do this.
He tries to figure out this game and he just can't. It's like a sim
I don't
hospital
think my computer
game.
sucks that bad.
Yeah, he has HP Pavilion.
Corridor equipment.
I hope this music in the background isn't some cool hit song by Black Eyed Peas.
I don't think so.
I'm looking. Corridor
Nancy Shrew asks, does he own shirts? He does.
You can barely call them shirts.
They're disgusting. They're tattered.
They're like rags.
He wears them for like a month, and they start off in basic shirt shape and style, but within a month, the sleeves and neck are cut off. They look like oil rags mixed with cum rags. They're nasty.
So he's trying to figure out how to even start playing the game.
Nice.
The back of the reception desk facing the front door.
Did they just say no farting?
Everybody asking if this is Theme Hospital. Yes, it's Theme Hospital.
Yeah.
I think they just said no farting, bro.
That's such a weird place to put that room.
All right. We have begun the Hospital of Doom. Let's go, guys. Let's fuck some people. I guess I have to take this lady.
Anybody want to donate some money? If you want to donate some money and say something more entertaining than Jared, I would love more entertaining than Jared. Jared makes me so uncomfortable. This is piss level content for me. I don't know if you guys are loving it. If you're loving it at home, then good for you. For me, this is miserable. I'm miserable. Right here. Right now.
How do you make them walk to stuff? Can you even do this in this game? Competing hospital has been opened. Oh, fuck. We've got competition, bro. We have to fucking bomb their asses. So, I really, yeah. Build time. This is the time remaining before your hospital is declared open. Clicking the go.
Let me see what else I got. Here we go.
If you guys watching right now just want to talk freely in the chat, forget donos. Anything. Anything.
So this was the video she posted.
Keshner family vacation.
She posted a family vacation video.
Where'd they go?
I think to Bermuda.
All right, you're coming for a ride.
That's scary.
Mask on.
Girls, is
I'm surprised she's not saying that it's the plandemic and that it's all planned.
Has she been that way?
Yes, she is like that.
The mask, I think, is mandatory for Uber rides still in a lot of areas.
Security. It was a little wild.
I'm guessing this is a little while
But
ago.
we did it. And all of our
Maybe even pre-Home Depot thing.
angel numbers are present. 31 on the flight, gate 22, and 11:11 is when we arrive. Hey, universe. Hi, Paige.
I hope she doesn't get chokeholded. Why is she showing an upskirt of her fucking sister? Chill. She's going to outer space?
She's at cruising altitude.
Bermuda.
Now they're on some kind of.
As long as the token machine is
So she
outside
has-
the store, I'm in for it. Changes the focus of the crime. Tokens are easy to replace. All upsides and all the downsides I'm ignoring. Sign me up.
Exactly. Zero downsides.
Everybody went with the Horseshoe Bay. Because Horseshoe Bay has...
We made it.
We made it.
We're staying in that.
That's a nice looking plantation.
Yeah. Plantation. So I think all of her sisters are like half sisters. I guess that's one of her sisters.
Are they all daughters of her father?
Yes. Yeah, she's there, I believe, with her dad and her stepmom and all of her half sisters.
Her pops just kept slaying other women, or is it like her mom was different and they're
Her
all
mom is
reg-
the different one.
So they are all regular sisters?
They're all younger. They're all half sisters. Well, they're all regular. Yes.
Yeah, they're regular sisters.
She's the one with the different mom.
Those are her half sisters.
Yes.
It's making it clear they're not all half sisters. Or they all don't have different
They're all
moms.
her half sisters.
Yes, we got to make that clear.
And after we're going to go for the main, we're going to be family style.
Yes, I believe that is her dad in the blue shirt at the end of the table.
Is he about to fist pump his way through this dinner?
Rare for everyone? Or?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, Rare. And after we're going to move to the whole fish. It's going to be the same. Whole fish stuffed with snap, with fennel, tomato, and onion.
This looks like the dad of 4 OnlyFans girls.
I talked to him once on Instagram. Because when everyone was coming after her, he was trying to do damage control.
Yeah.
You know?
He's like, yeah, I got 4 daughters. Really proud of all their OnlyFans. They're all killing their OnlyFans. 4 daughters. They're all hot minge. All of them. Popping on the OnlyFans. I go to family reunions like, you guys got to check out their
So
OFs.
Billy doesn't self-harm.
Thank you, Jimboski Games. It's about damn time. I was really this close to putting this toothpick all the way down in the sound.
On our phones, so we'll come this way. It smells good.
No, this is called, what is this called again?
Is that a caprese?
What is this called again?
Right, burrata.
Burrata's really good.
Are we having the burrata?
Yeah, look at that burrata salad with the tomato and the pesto and the
Looks
arugula.
That does look really good. I mean, like...
Yeah, you go to Bermuda.
Can I have some man cheese?
Did she ask for some man cheese?
That's what it sounded
That's
like.
hot. That's like the first line in my porno movie I'm directing. Is that burrata on top of a lobster there?
Probably.
And a meat pie? Do they have a pork pie on the plate too?
They got fed well, that's for
I gotta
sure.
say, it looked like that was shellfish. That's not kosher.
Now they're in some kind of cave.
Could you pass the man cheese? Trying to put this on the OF.
Stalactites, right? Stalactites are from
the top down.
Yeah.
Stalagmites are from the ground up.
Yep.
When I have my own theme park, we're gonna have stalactite ice cream. It's just be hanging off the ceiling. You could pick one off the ceiling and eat it.
By the way, I saw that someone else, I don't know where it is yet, but someone else opened like a Starship themed hotel.
Right in the same spot of
I don't think it's in the
Disney?
same spot.
Ah. Well, Sarah says, I don't want to watch attractive rich people enjoy a luxurious vacation. Yeah, we know. You were enjoying it more when she was in the fucking cycle.
Yeah, freaking out.
Where are we going today?
She seems less crazy right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what
I mean, she's in the fucking water with vacation with her family. Everybody's minding their P's and Q's on vacay because they don't want to get into it with. They're probably all narcissists.
I don't want to judge. I don't know the rest of her family.
I'm not judging, but they're probably all narcissists based on how attractive they all are. Like, a lot of people are surprised when I tell them I'm not a narcissist because of how handsome I am. It's just a common trait amongst attractive people. That's a nice set of stairs.
Yeah, it is weird when you look at a set of stairs and you're like, it's nice. Like there are characteristics of nice stairs.
Tons of really nice staircases.
Yep. I like that one down by the waterfront in Seattle, the like really long staircase. I don't know what it's called.
We got a nice staircase in my house. It's a very nice staircase.
Yeah.
It's a corkscrew staircase that goes up like 3 levels. Very nice. That staircase there, not a bad staircase.
Not bad. I'm a staircase connoisseur.
Yeah. That's a nice staircase. Oh my God. I was talking about her boobs.
I know you were. That's what I said. All right, let's see what else. Does anything else? What are they doing here? Are they doing like wakeboarding or something?
A beanie bitty beachy. A buca de beppo.
I haven't eaten at Buca de Beppo in a long time.
I would love to go to Buca de Beppo and order a gigantic plate of pasta that I couldn't finish.
Yeah.
I used to love going to Buca de Beppo. I had a buddy and his dad would take him to Buca de Beppo for his birthday every year, and I'd go along and we'd just buca out at Buca de Beppo.
They're going pretty slow, it feels like, but maybe it's just the perspective.
I mean, it's good enough to keep her upward, right?
Yeah. They're gonna go faster.
I can hear the engine rev.
Yeah.
They probably go slow at first to get her legs right.
Yeah.
Dude, are those sardines? What are those?
Oh, so it was big.
I want to eat those fish.
There's some kind of...
Tell me they're all about to get on a submarine.
No.
Fuck.
Now they're about to eat some more like insanely good food.
Because we're comfortable.
We're comfortable. Everybody commenting on her boobs. Get it all out, okay? Get it all out. Yes.
I don't know what this music is.
Well, that sister might have the chunkiest nugs. Those were bigger boobs, I think. The blue polka dot chest. She might have the attackiest rack in the bunch. Those are delicious shrimp.
Is that what it was?
Pretty sure it was shrimp and grits, maybe.
Oh, did I pass it?
Probably.
Oh shit. All right.
Maybe no grits. That's something else.
There we go.
That's rice with probably like a curry potato over it or something. A potato and gravy, a stew over rice maybe. You know, I think the woman with the bigger breasts might be his new wife.
I have no idea.
I could be wrong.
No, I think the older lady is like there's a woman that is holding the camera part of the time that's like in her 50s or whatever.
Flacco, we don't know if they're Jews. I think that
the dad
is he? I thought he was Italian.
No.
I
don't. Maybe I can't remember now. Which I think it is. I think it is her dad that's Jewish, but it might be her mom. I don't know.
If I had to judge based off of his demeanor, I would say Italian.
Actually, I'm pretty sure she said she is.
I mean,
no.
I don't know.
You know what? You know what? Her last name that she got from him is like a Jewish name. So yes, you're hearing the accent and you're assuming he's Italian because it's like a Brooklyn.
He's got that.
No, I can. Her dad is the Jewish one, and her mom is Italian.
Well, we all know Andrew Dice Clay was also Jewish.
Right, he was playing a character.
It's because the Jewish people and the Italian people in New York.
They lived
grew up together
in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
That's why they have the accent.
Lived together,
and they're like Italians are like Mediterranean, so they will normally have like skin tones of other like Mediterranean people.
And Italians are so cool; all their mannerisms are gonna get picked up by everybody on the block. It's just what happens. They're so cool.
There's one more here. I'm just gonna. This one. Okay, so I think that one was before all of the, like the mental stuff, or maybe.
Oh.
But she just recently posted it, so I don't know why she did that. But here's one more. That's interesting. I think she's talking about her.
Her jar of fart collection?
Yes.
Good morning, beautiful people. Amanda Marie here with ArtVanGrow and the Seed, a conscious community. And today, I'm going to take you on a little adventure with me. But first, let's get dressed.
Hold on, what is she doing now?
Feet on Main. For free, Amanda? For free?
I don't know what this music.
This music sounds like sped up pop.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna skip.
Is it Taylor Swift sped up?
Nearly dressed. I just meditated. And the last
Yeah, this is the Taylor Swift song sped up.
Oh, that's you
She's
know
got
what?
some of
though?
those shrooms.
I have some of those, and they work.
She's going on a trip.
Yes, that's what she
Not
does.
that kind of trip.
35.
Not Bermuda.
Appropriate. It feels right. So.
She's got some Cubanzi triangles. I'm the problem, it's me.
I appreciate it. I don't know what this music is.
Song. And
I had to go to
singing
urgent
is
care
really,
today.
Really powerful.
You did?
Yeah, and this woman was walking with her walker, and she walked her walker into the leg of a chair, and she apologized to the chair. And then after she apologized to the chair, she goes, "Oh, silly me. I just apologized to a chair." And I was like, this bitch needs some Schedule 35 mushrooms right now.
Exactly.
She's apologizing to a chair.
Powerful vibration that you're bringing through your whole body, especially when so many people are singing in union. So I thought that was really powerful to see so many people sing together, and they
In
actually
union?
had really good voices.
Were they
So
singing
I thought
in
that
union?
was really powerful to see that they implement and really care about song in their community church. Another thing that
Yeah.
I thought was really cool.
I think church that does song is way better than church that doesn't do song.
Even Catholics do songs though, and they suck.
That's true. I should have said fun song.
Yeah.
Like if it's just Gregorian crying.
It's not even that. They're like a lot of the songs were like written in the 60s and 70s that they use like in Catholic churches now, maybe even like 80s.
I wonder. I wonder. Can you think of one?
Yeah, they're like.
What's one that you would?
I don't want to
think it was terrible. Like just start it off.
They're all terrible.
But like I need to know what you think.
It's funny because I went to a restaurant a while back. It was like a British restaurant, and they were playing all these old like Catholic songs. I couldn't hear there were no vocals in them, but I could tell by the melody that they were all these old like Catholic songs that I was forced to learn and sing. If you didn't sing in church, you got in trouble.
All are holy, all are holy, all are holy in his name. That one sucks. Our God is an awesome God does not suck.
That wasn't.
That's a
like
good one.
Yeah.
That's like a pop one. That's like a John Tesh.
Yeah.
Gangster
Is they
fucking
dismiss
ballad.
the children after they're done doing prayers. So everybody gets to submit their prayers for the week, and then everybody gets to talk about the progress of said prayer and if there's been any updates, if it was anything medical related or other. So I thought that was really cool. And all of the children were able to leave before we started to dive into some actual chapters in the book. And
What book?
I was a little bit skeptical at this point because I was just like, I'm not really sure how this is going to proceed. But the pastor basically read specific chapters.
Techno Hippie Corner says
and
you look better
instead-
in a dress.
Oh.
And ArtVanGrow looks better out of one. That is naughty. But she does have an OnlyFans.
In on
After you guys
picking
have
the book-
subscribed to our Patreon, after you guys have sent us Streamlabs, after you guys have exhausted all the options of money, and then you want to go to ArtVanGrow's OnlyFans to look at her boobs, you can do it. After you've paid us off. You could do it.
So literally, he expressed some other viewpoints and perspective on the book, which I thought was kind of cool to see. And what basically I've gathered through this experience is your pastor, your minister, your healer, your guru, we are just channels, channeling information, channeling light, channeling truth, guiding you guys, guiding people, helping people to be able to read between the lines and not take text so literal and be able to use your third eye and be able to envision something deeper. And
You want to do some shroom therapy with ArtVanGrow? We go to the seed
Me?
of conscious. Yeah.
No,
Why not?
I don't need therapy or
A
shrooms.
seed of conscious community.
more in depth
You
than
know,
just the book.
I'm
It
getting word
seems
they've
like
cast the new Superman.
the book is basically touching on.
I looked up the guy. 6'4". He's
prophecies.
looks Superman-y to me.
Cool.
And
play Superman.
I think that's kind of interesting because the church doesn't really enjoy the word psychic. But from what I gathered from them sharing, in his words, he was expressing that all this is to come, and the book was telling us. And therefore, it just made me think about like all these conspiracy theorists and all the psychics out there and all the healers and all the alternative medicine and alternative doctors and just everybody who thinks a little bit outside of the box and just doesn't necessarily resonate with just the church's representation of life here on earth. And it just like made me think for a little bit. I was like, wait a minute, time out. If we all just like sat down together in a group, we could really get to the bottom of this thing. We could really dive into like what's to come, what's going to happen, what has happened, what is it showing.
She seems way more positive here.
What is...
I wonder what prompted the fire department and the...
Do you think it's the wrong side of the magic mushrooms?
I don't think so, but who knows?
A psychic premonition from the book and what is not. So that was a really big takeaway for me. And one of the things that made me chuckle a little bit is today's scriptures and readings were all about Israeli people being the chosen people from God and the Jewish people being the chosen ones. And here I am sitting there feeling like, oh, should I let anyone know I'm like half Jewish? Like, I don't know if this is like appropriate to even disclose.
She's like, well, they're preaching about how the Jewish people are the chosen ones. Maybe I should speak up and let them know I'm half Jewish.
And they'd be like, you're chosen. You're like the chosen
Maybe
one.
this is my time to let them know that I'm special.
You're half a chosen one.
And then the whole entire thing was just about how we are the chosen people. And I felt included, and it made me feel empowered, and it made me really want to dive in even deeper into my family's history with religion and their actual core beliefs while they were growing up, and how that has changed through their adult years, through societal issues and changing times. And yeah, that was my first time back at church shebang experience. I just wanted to share
Is
it with you
shebang
guys
Yiddish?
in the parking lot.
We were
here.
talking
I
about
left
different forms of Yiddish.
I don't know if that is. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar.
Shebang, probably not.
No,
But
it doesn't really sound like it.
But it triggered my memory of when we were going through all the words.
Yeah, a lot of Yiddish words sound German because it is like a German dialect.
Like putz
With two
and
phone numbers.
and schmuck both mean penis.
Both
They both mean dick. One putz came from the German side, where schmuck came from the other side. The language is a conformed language of other languages joined together.
It's a Germanic language.
Partially, yeah, but it's not all Germanic.
That's just like English is a Germanic language too, but it has influences from there's influences from Latin words and Spanish words in American English, but no. It is a Germanic language that is also inspired. It has like Hebrew characteristics, but it's overall a Germanic language.
That was something that I needed, which is super awesome because I'm supposed to be starting the Charlie Health program and I will need Wi-Fi. So that was really incredible. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to go home, start myself a fire because it is rainy, and maybe I'll take you guys for the rest of my day with me. All right.
It says
Yiddish is German, Slavic, and some Hebrew.
It's a West Germanic language.
It's a mixture of elements of Slavic, Germanic, and some Hebrew, more German than Hebrew. Also Slavic.
Yeah, this is how it's categorized like it's part of
Old High German.
Yes. Yeah, but you'll find like English, because England was occupied by Romans for so long, there are like Latin words, and then also because like the English royal family, you know, like the aristocracy, they would speak French amongst one another. There's like French characteristics that are part of English too. That's why we don't have an English word for fiance. We just use the word fiance.
The Chosen Odin says, interesting, Billy. The girl from the Big Bang Theory made that video recently. Maybe that's where I saw it.
What video?
Amy Farrah Fowler from Big Bang Theory, played by Blossom, a.k.a. What's her real name? I used to know it. Gordon Lightfoot, Yasmin Bleeth, whatever her real name is. She has made a TikTok explaining Yiddish.
The blonde woman from the Big Bang Theory?
Not the blonde, no.
Oh.
The girl who played Blossom.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mayim Bialik.
Okay.
Took me a while to remember her name.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. She hosts Jeopardy a lot now. I remember we watched a video because she has like strange parenting parenting theories.
She refuses to wash her children.
Something I don't remember what it was. I just remember being like, "Huh, that's kind of weird."
I think it was
like over nurturing
that
kind of
70s show Kids that Mila Kunis and Margaret Thatcher or whatever that guy's name is. They were the ones that don't wash their kids. Ashton Kutcher.
Oh.
I can't remember Mayim Bialik. What she did to her kids. It was something highly inappropriate.
I don't know if it was inappropriate. It was just like, I think it was like overbearing parenting, like too much nurture.
Oh. What do you think about parents who breastfeed their children until they're like 7 or 8?
That is kind of strange.
Like when the kids can talk about it?
I don't know when the average time people normally stop, so I don't really, because I just don't know.
It's just so weird when the kids can talk about breastfeeding.
Yeah,
like,
that is weird.
They can tell you all about it like they're fucking Yelp reviewing the titty.
Yeah, I think that's weird.
That's so strange. Techno Hippie Corner says, I think it's hot. That's the worst, Techno Hippie Corner. That's the worst. Nancy Shrew suggests they only do it for the weight loss benefits. Honestly, if you can lose weight by breastfeeding, I might see if I can get a breast pump. Like, if that gives me a little bit of an edge in weight loss, if I just start milking myself, not a bad idea.
It's not.
No, I probably have to start taking estrogen to make milk, though, and that's just going to make me fatter, so maybe that's wrong. I should probably just take testosterone, and that'll have me lose as much weight as milking would.
There are testosterone supplements, and then there's like direct testosterone treatments.
I should get direct testosterone.
Yeah, if you could find a doctor to do it, but I hear that kind of thing all the time. I think I've known a few people that have.
A lot of people I know have gotten on tea, and it makes their erections more manageable. But I don't have a problem.
Manageable.
Yeah, well, you know how people might have problems keeping their sex drive up. I don't have a problem with that. So it makes me think I have decent tea. But I could be wrong. I could.
They
There
have
could
to
be
have
more.
like a blood test for that.
I could need, like, I just imagine if I have low T, how crazy my erections will be when I get full T. Like right now, it's like an Earl Grey. And if I go to like a full-on bergamot English breakfast throbber, that'd be amazing. High T equals baldness. I have good hair. Yeah. Yeah, that's one problem with testosterone. If I lose my hair, I would be bummed as hell.
Yeah, normally tea would bring like body hair and facial hair and stuff like
But you go bald as well.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't want to lose that. I like my hair a lot. And my erections and libido are not, they're nothing to shake a stick at. So maybe I shouldn't mess with nature. Nice English breakfast throbber, you know, Hawkeye? You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about getting an ice cream truck for the summer to supplement income.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How much is the truck? Or are you going to rent it?
I was probably going to rent one and have a little like bell or whistle on it and just go around and try and undercut the other trucks.
Okay, so this isn't a real idea.
Well, I'm probably gonna get
because I was like, man, you know what? That's like out of all the ideas you've given, I'm like, hey, that might be cool. That's actually like doable.
I'm thinking about getting like a big batch of like the bigger Otter Pops and just selling them for $1 in this truck. And it's gonna say the $1 truck, and instead of having all the different bullshit, it's gonna be like 8 flavors of Otter Pops. And like, and if one flavor's out for the day, it's out. And then people are like, yeah, let me get a fucking purple one for $1. Yeah, sure. I'm probably gonna pay like 9 cents for them. So I'm making like 91 cents.
I saw this video the other day where this guy was grossing like $7,000 a day just cooking hot dogs, and he just used Costco stuff, and it literally he would just go to sporting events and park there, or
it's even better
on
when
a busy street corner. Hot dogs are cheap.
It's even better when you get a crackhead mom with food stamps and you buy them from her for 50 cents a piece, and then you go and buy the hot dog shit. You make so much money. So much money.
Because like hot dogs,
these supplements are useless
easy
by
to
themselves and are less effective if natural test is higher. It's one small part of a puzzle including exercise, diet, regular blood work, and balancing hormones. Not worth it, Timo.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it either. That you've said all that. Progrosian used to sell hot dogs. Did he fund the Wagner group off of hot dog money? Do you like Otter Pops when you were a kid?
I don't think I've ever had one.
You could get like flavor ice or whatever. They're the little.
I've had those before, but I don't like sweets really.
Yeah, they're ice lollies in a tube.
Yeah, I remember them. I've definitely eaten those before.
I have to find like the massive ones in bulk. Go around slanging them for $1 in the $1 lolly truck is what I'll call it.
Lolly truck?
Yeah, a little ice lolly. The $1 lolly truck.
I don't know.
I'm out here selling ice lollies for $1.
Are you selling creepy manga in this lolly
I'm
truck?
gonna have a gigantic doll in my front seat. I'll be like,
gross.
Gets the ice lolly dolly.
Gross.
Who wants to meet the ice lolly dolly and get a $1 or $1 lolly truck? And they'll be like, ooh, let me get a blue one, Bill Fridge. And I'm like, I got you a blue one. $1. $1 for the blue one. They'll be like, how much for a purple one? I'm like, $1. It's the $1 lolly truck. Who wants their ice lolly? Because like a lot of the kids, they come out, they want a fucking ice cream, but they're like $5. If there's 5 kids, you're talking about $25. They all eat a Ninja Turtle with a gumball in its nose. This one, you got 5 kids, you want 5 ice lollies, it's $5.
I like how people, they'll say liking sweets makes no sense. It's like, oh, you can't understand that someone has a different taste than you. It's very strange. Like I think we become a little too self-centered these days.
I don't believe that at all.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't.
I think what we have to do.
Of course you don't. Because that would mean you have to agree with me and that you wouldn't be self-centered.
Oh, I'm not the self-centered one.
Okay.
It's the people here who think that you can't have sweets that are self-centered.
I don't think other people can't have sweets. I just said I don't
Yeah, they're
them.
saying that you not liking sweets, they're being self-centered. I'm just saying that it's okay to have opinions, because if you don't have opinions, how am I going to know who to bully? I need you guys to have these opinions against Ben so that I can tear you down in the comments.
It's not against me. It's just funny that someone can't understand. No, there are plenty of... I will say I'm in the minority. Most people do like sweet things, but I know plenty of people who aren't really into candy or anything like that. Like, I would rather eat something salty or spicy or garlicky or Something like that. Like I like Indian food, like the weird spices and that kind of stuff. I've never been into sweets. Like I've never have been.
I used to have a fat friend, and he was similar, but he was also fat. So we'd like do a trip to Krispy Kreme at 4 a.m. for like a dozen donuts. And like he'd get halfway through the dozen and be like, dude, I don't even like sweets. Why am I doing this? I'm like, because you're fat, dude. You're fat.
Yeah, I can't eat too much of sweet stuff. It'll make me feel like I have to take a nap.
I think that's with everybody. I think most people probably have just more of a tolerance for it.
Some people have like hypoglycemia, which I've been tested for, but I still, if I eat cake, I never understood. This is something that I've never understood, but people do it. It's like a tradition. Birthday parties, you get cake and ice cream. It's like double whammy because the cake already has icing and sugar in it, like all over it. And now, so you're going to eat like sugar bread and then ice sugar milk.
It's like a little warm piece of cake, a little nice piece of cake, and then a little cold ice cream to accompany it. It's a la mode. It's fancy. And it's a way to get away with not having like a really good cake. Because like you can slop some fucking vanilla down on the side of a half bad cake.
So why eat the cake?
Because it's a celebration.
I think doing things because it's traditional is not always a good reason to do them.
Well, you're also speaking against cake and ice cream right now.
Yeah.
So I think you might be the outlier here.
Well, I already said that.
Yeah.
So
I think as far as tradition goes,
it doesn't mean it makes sense though.
To have cake and ice cream?
It's bad for you, man. It's like really bad for you to eat.
Well, so is drinking and smoking and stuff.
Sure.
And people use that to celebrate too. It's just a little celebration. You know what the truth is? The truth is I love cake and ice cream, and I also think it's a bad thing. I wish we had better ways to celebrate with healthier foods. I wish that we had a standard where when we celebrate with children, we do something like have them learn how to cook and prepare a fancy, nice, nutritious meal. And they learned this celebration as part of the process of sharing and creating with everybody. I wish we had that sort of tradition ingrained in our children from birth instead of just plopping some fucking SpongeBob cake on a plate with a scoop of fucking dickhead cream. I do wish we did more and found better ways to celebrate than diabetes.
Yeah, but most people don't get diabetes.
And I love ice cream and cake. I love it. You think it sounds boring as fuck to have your kid take part in making their own celebratory, nutritious meal? I think that the kid would fucking love that.
Celery, carrot sticks, and hummus.
No, it'd be better than that. It'd be like we're gonna let you use the knife, and you're gonna chop up
a turkey.
No, like let them chop up red peppers, bell peppers, make some fajitas. You have a delicious fajitas. You're like, we're gonna show you how to make a corn tortilla, fresh hot corn tortilla. We're gonna teach you how to do this, and then slowly your child not only learns a cool cooking skill, they learn the community and family, but you're also appropriating somebody else's culture.
I think that's fun to do.
That shit's fun, and that should be that would be more of a celebration. Having some good, nutritious, healthy learning, some familial love and community. That shit's dope.
Damn.
But I love cake and ice cream.
I like the hummus. No, I can only eat one or the other. I couldn't. It's just too much for me. It's too rich.
You know what I used to do? I would mix the cake and the ice cream together in a bowl. I would just beat that fucking shit together, make cake and ice cream batter, basically. It was like a Frosty with cake in it. Shit was swamping. That was swamping. My cousins would come over and be like, what'd you do? I'm like, oh, I just, I mix my cake into my ice cream. They'd be like, but what? I already finished my cake and ice cream. I was like, yeah, I've been mixing this for like 4 minutes. You ate your cake and ice cream up. Can we have a bite? You can't have a bite. This is my cake and ice cream. You guys fucked up and ate yours hella quick.
I've never mix them.
Yeah, well, I would always be doing that for like 4 minutes, and my cousins would finish their cake. Like, what do you have there? I'm like, it's just cake and ice cream mixed together. They'd be so fucking jealous.
Yeah. I never was into chocolate either. Like, I've eaten chocolate and enjoyed it, but I always liked vanilla or strawberry more. Like, out of those three flavors, which I would say those are like the three basic flavors, right?
What's your favorite chocolate thing? If you had to have a chocolate thing, what would be your favorite chocolate thing? Don't say it, Ben. Don't say it. I'm talking about a chocolate food treat.
What?
Yeah, Hawkeye said chocolate booty hole. The way you laughed, it made me think you were thinking of a booty hole.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't. I kind of like really dark chocolate that's like kind of bitter, but then they make they put like sea salt in it, so it's like salty bitter chocolate.
Yeah,
and I laugh because people are gonna talk shit about that too.
You were just laughing because people are gonna talk shit about you liking dark chocolate with sea salt?
Yeah, because I'm not like just because I'm different. Wow.
Well, this show has never once laughed at anybody who is different. I don't know where our audience got this idea. We expect better from you guys at home. If you're going to laugh at Ben for being different, do it in the form of a $5 or higher super chat. Super Streamlab, not super chat. Streamlab.
I used to drink my coffee black when I was on this crazy diet where I lost a bunch of, it was like an anorexic diet. It was more like an eating disorder than a diet. Because I lost like 70 pounds in like 3 months. It was really crazy. But I was only drinking black coffee then, but now I just put milk in it. I don't put sweetener in the coffee at all.
Milk lemonade. I heard that Costco had a carrot cake cheesecake they were selling recently.
I do like carrot cake. Like, out of the cakes, that's my favorite cake.
I think it was a carrot cake cheesecake at Costco.
They put like sweetened cream cheese on carrot cake, right? That's what they do. That's what the frosting usually is, right? It's like a cream cheese.
Yeah, I think so.
Frosting.
It's like a cream cheese frosting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't bulimic. I didn't puke. I was anorexic, basically. I only ate like 800 calories a day for a few months in a row, and I was obsessed with doing cardio while I was doing it. So I got like really thin. Like the pictures of me back then, I look like I'm dying of like cancer.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever be anorexic, but bulimia intrigues me.
Yeah, if you puke too much, you can get Barrett's esophagus.
Yeah.
I have Barrett's esophagus from puking from drinking.
You don't puke though.
Not anymore. Well, like it does happen.
You think that's why you don't puke anymore? Because you have Barrett's?
No.
Oh.
No, Barrett's esophagus is just it's like a medical condition.
Yeah,
but it doesn't stop you from
you barely ever puking, and then you say you got Barrett's esophagus from puking from drinking, made me immediately think that something happened to you.
And acid reflux, that's another thing. I actually have acid reflux for sure.
I'm lucky I have the sexy eating disorder. Obesity.
Technically, I have obesity right now.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, it doesn't take much.
When you're small, it doesn't take much.
Yeah, like I'm not just obese. I think I'm beyond super obese even.
What is I didn't even know there's like morbidly
obese, super obese.
Is there super?
I think there's super too.
That sounds too positive.
I think I'm super obese. I think James Gunn's about to cast me in the new Super Obese
I think
movie.
that was a DC character at one point.
Super Obese.
I think Steamboat was his sidekick for a little while.
40 miles outside of Metropolis in Obese City, Super Obese reigns supreme. It's a boulder. It's an immovable plane.
His headquarters can be Old Country Buffet.
Able to knock down a building in a single body check. Dun, 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 dun.
So when we come back on Thursday, we're going to be doing our live reaction on the post show. We're going to be doing a post show where we're going to do our final reaction to ISOM. ISOM.
Dun, 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 dun. Wash behind your ears.
Yes. So I think we're gonna wrap it up now.
Bye.
Have a good night, everybody.
In the beginning, there was nothing, and then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants.